God damn, that's the worst countdown clock ever.
Hey, Tommy Starr here.
What's up, guys?
Oh, thank you for clicking on this video. What is up?
Not much, man. Excited about this stream, man. This is something I'm wanting to do for a while. This is I got a pretty good list that I've had for a while, and it was hard to pick 5.
It was. Agreed.
I got fucking titles everywhere here, so it was a mess.
Yeah.
Can we just make it easy and just say, just all horror movies, all our favorite horror movies from now on will just be collector edition.
All right, guys. Yeah. Good night. Good seeing everybody.
Well, can we at least get Scream Factory to say that they're going to start making the collector's editions like they used to, and then we would. I don't think we'd have too much to bitch about. If we just go back a couple years, just do what you used to do.
If they can do that, I don't care if it's Blu-ray, 4K. I don't care. If they just give us that original artwork, man, the way they used to do, made it stand out, made it special.
Hey, that's what attracted me to Scream Factory was the artwork.
Yeah, that's what made them famous, man. You don't know why you change stuff and it's working.
Yeah,
but it's all about the money, I guess, or giving a shit. I don't know. Fill in the blanks.
For the slips.
Yeah.
For the slips.
For the slips.
What's going on, Ken?
Kenny?
Monica, how you doing? Appreciate
Hey.
you being here. All right. Would like to see a 4K collector's edition of John Carpenter's first film, Dark Star. I know what Dark Star is, but I've never seen it. But I've seen videos and stuff on it.
I have to say I have not even really heard of it.
I think that was a student thing he did.
Yeah, I think it was. Nocturno, what's going on, man?
What's up?
Wild Wrangler, say guys. Hollow Notes, what's going on, man?
Hey.
Gizmo, I am not blocked, so that means all is good. Nah, man, we won't block you. Not yet, anyway.
Shit.
Chris says, good evening to all. What's going on, man? Everybody's having a good evening. But so Brad, you want to kind of say what the stream's all about? You got any rules? This was kind of your.
No,
I guess it's kind of everybody's idea.
This was Craig's idea, and he was the last to prepare for it. So
that's why we love Craig.
It's it's our top 5 Scream Factory collector's editions that never happened, that should happen, that we wish would happen.
Right.
And doesn't matter if it's already got a blue, a 4K, whatever. Just the movie. We want old school Scream Factory. We want the old school slip. We want the badass artwork. New features, all the shit they used to do. And sometimes they do. They did the Child's Play 2 and 3.
Right. So to give everyone a background about this stream, since the company started in 2012, I made a list, and then this list had like 30 titles on it of movies I wanted to see released by them ever since I saw the artwork for Halloween 2 and 3. I'm like, oh man, if they're gonna put movies out like this, I need to start requesting titles. The list is down into the 20s now, so they've done a good amount of my list. 3 to pick out so far that have been on my list were Child's Play 2 and 3 and Alone in the Dark. And I've been talking with Tommy for this, the last 5 years that we've been doing, like hanging out, talking about Scream Factory. So me and Tommy have gone over this list multiple times, and we're like, oh man, that would be so cool with the artwork. Yeah, imagine what that would look like if they did a figure for this and stuff like that. So an alternate slip. So me and Tommy, we geek out about this stuff. So the fact that we can do a live stream about it with like 4 awesome dudes, hey, that's awesome. So
yeah, hell yeah, man.
Hell yeah, man.
But it was hard to narrow my list down to a top 5.
That's the hardest part, man. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
definitely a wider range of movies to choose from than our top 5 Scream Factories. This was definitely harder to me.
I mean, it's that feeling where every time the Scream Factory goes to make an announcement, or they're fixing to make an announcement for new titles, you keep on saying, I hope they do this, hope they do that, and that's kind of what the stream's all about. This is kind of our top 5 of that, So
I'm excited to hear everybody's top 5. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, man. Well, the last top 5 we did, Craig, will send his list or do it in the chat. He sent me a list of his top 5. There was 38 titles in that list. I said, it's 5, Craig, 5. And he goes, it's hard. Oh, is it?
38.
Wait, I thought this was the top 38 stream. I got 38 titles here.
If everybody doesn't pick Home Alone, I'm unsubscribing from everybody. Just so we're clear.
What's going on, Allie? What's up, guys? I'm stoked I made it time to watch the live from the start. Appreciate you being here.
Hi, Allie.
Brad, thank you for the recommendation of Master of the 80s channel. Love his Best of Canon Films trailer. Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah. Tony's the man, and he's really into that kind of. He loves Canon films. He could write a book on Canon films.
I guess said you said there was a dick pic, you would kick me out of here. Well, I haven't got it yet, so maybe you got the wrong address. Maybe you made somebody else
got the wrong address.
Balloon Monster Dark Star. Don't know how much of collector's edition you could do. I would love Scream Factory to do the original Westworld on 4K. Next year is the 50th anniversary.
Yul Brynner.
Toby Hooper did a movie called Invasion from Mars, I believe. I just seen that. It would be awesome to have a 4K collector's edition of that.
Yeah. And Tony loves that movie. He loves that movie. He's obsessed with it.
Yeah. Craig did end up sending his top 5, though. How about a collector's edition of the Terminator on 4K? Yeah, sign me up.
Anybody. I don't care. Anybody.
I don't give a damn who does it.
I'm begging anybody to do it. Arrow, I don't give a shit. Criterion, I don't even like Criterion. Let them do it.
Yeah.
Somebody get a 4K Terminator.
What's up, Joe Joker? What's up, party people?
Yeah.
I know we are talking Scream Factory, but one of my biggest hopes is Killer Clowns from Outer Space from Arrow with the head bust of the Thin Clown.
It's coming. The 4K is coming next year.
Yeah. The game coming out, everything, it's got to be coming. I just watched a movie last night that came out this year. There was a dick pic. Won't tell you which movie. Okay. Like they did with Hellraiser, yeah. All right, Gizmo said, "You not get my Instagram message?" No, but I'm going to change my Instagram account when as soon as the stream's over, just to be sure. All right, what's up, Magic Hands? Please do that for Terminator. Not under Cameron though, please. Yeah, he don't seem to give a shit about.
It's too long. It takes forever.
Yeah. Well, guys, I guess we'll get started here. Craig, you're in the hot seat up there, so you're going to go first, I guess.
All right. Cool.
And we're going to try to do this how we did it last night. Let's see if I learned anything.
All right. So like I said, first of all, Pops, it's an honor to be on your channel tonight, to be able to share this list with you guys, because I know we all kind of share the same love for movies, horror, and our mutual love for Scream Factory and Reese's Cups. So my number 5.
Wait, you gotta do are we doing honorable mentions first or no?
No, last. This is number 5.
Do that last, okay.
Yeah. So my number 5, this was one that I've been begging to get a 4K from, and not just Scream Factory and any label really. And it was just already mentioned in the chat, and that would be James Cameron's The Terminator.
Oh yeah.
This movie, if you think about it, it's a slasher when it gets down to it. It is a slasher movie with a cyborg.
Yeah.
This is like the movie. I mean, besides Conan and everything, but this is what put Arnold on the map. I feel like this is his movie, but like right before he got big with Predator. This is such a cool movie. I mean, it Linda Hamilton, Michael Biehn. I mean, the whole movie is just like a cat and mouse game between Linda Hamilton and Arnold. Just her, trying to run out from that from the cyborg, and it's such a good movie. I won't go into big detail on this one, but like they did a lot of releases of this. Is like the 5th or 6th Blu-ray release, and this is the one with the lenticular cover and the red case. But it's well deserving of being in a horror collection because it really is a slasher.
Probably the only one.
The cameo from Dick Miller in the gun shop, and Arnold uses a Spaz 12 to take him out. The pump, the 12 gauge auto loader. You can go pump or auto.
Yeah.
But anyone that can do a a 4K of this, whether it's Arrow, Criterion, Scream Factory, Second Sight, I don't care who it is. It just needs to have a 4K. But obviously for this list, it's got to be Scream Factory. But yeah,
they would knock it out of the park.
It's well deserving of the Scream Factory release. So this is my number 5, The Terminator.
I would have to say if anybody were to put that out, I would prefer it to be Scream Factory than anybody.
Oh yeah.
What's on the cover of the Scream Factory Collector's Edition?
I will be honest, Brad, and I know you like old school, but I like you like that new artwork, but I would go the old school VHS cover of him holding the gun up with the red eye. Just the original poster art of that. It's so iconic.
That's the poster I got sitting on the wall right there. That original Terminator poster. That's the first poster I bought for my movie room. First poster.
I would prefer that.
Thanks for coming out, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and stream now.
But I'm gonna throw a twist on that. Have that artwork, but have a reversible. Well, what's the new artwork?
The alternate slip. They're going to put an alternate slip out by Devin Whitehead from Devin Draws, and it's going to have your cool artwork with all the skulls and the exoskeleton. They'll have all that, but I want the original artwork on that slip. That's just me, though.
What a Scream Factory homer. Just anything they're doing, you're like, I'm good with it. Guys, come on, man. Give me some new shit. Give me something. Give me some gore. Give me something awesome there. Him punching through the windshield of the car on one part of the fucking slip, maybe a silhouette in the background, some crazy shit happening.
We'll take that for the alternate slip, but definitely the original poster art for the main slip. I think Pops can agree with me on that one.
I can't. I love that. I love that image poster.
Yeah,
it's the best.
That's like a reverse. That's like the reverse inner. That's like the reversed insert art. Like that wouldn't even be out. Like they'd have to do all brand new shit. Or why are we even doing it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's gotta. Like someone said in the chat. I don't know if you said that, Brad, or somebody else, but James Cameron cannot touch this movie. It's gotta. Yeah. He just has to give the approval for somebody to remaster it, whether it's any of these companies, and hopefully they just do an awesome job. And hopefully it turns out nice because that movie, it's well deserved of a 4K. It really is. It's such a classic. It just needs it.
Somebody will do it. Somebody will do it next year. It's got to be coming.
Yeah, you would think so. All right, Tommy, what you got, buddy?
All right. Well, my number 5, I have a feeling this is going to be somewhere in Craigslist, but we don't get a lot of comedy horror in the Scream Factory line. So this was definitely a must for me. I would love to see the Scream Factory Collector Edition of this, and Craig is going to be the one to really tell us if it's even possible or not, because he knows who Scream Factory has deals with and contracts with and whatnot. But
I know what this is going to be.
First scary movie. I like the first 2 more than anything. 3's okay. Anything after that kind of sucks. But if I had to pick one, it would have to be the first one.
Oh yeah,
I could just see this being a really cool collector edition. And we were talking about this earlier. We all know that majority of what we're getting from Scream Factory these days on 4K, we're not getting new art. But every one of my picks, it has to have new artwork. So whether that's 4K or Blu-ray, I really don't care. But thinking of the artwork of this, I mean, one thing that came to mind that I thought would be pretty funny would be to do like a parody of the original Scream. Like the original cover with the 3 of them or the 5 of them. I think that would just be super funny. But one of my favorite spoof movies, probably my favorite of all time, unless you, if you count Spaceballs. But other than that, scary movie, man, this would be a really cool addition to the Scream Factory Collector Edition.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. That would be awesome.
I said $1, bitch.
I go even better, man. Let's go ahead and just get. I know this wouldn't be a collector's edition, but I would love Scream Factory to put out a box set of all those.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be,
that would be cool. Like the only one I can't stand is the 5th one. Like I think 3 and 4 are somewhat tolerable. They're a little bit more cheesier than the first 2, but I cannot stand the 5th one. But yeah, a box set would be fun. That'd be cool.
Oh.
I mean, are the boxes considered collector's editions?
No.
Box sets. Okay.
That was just a side note. Just a side note.
That's
just a side note.
I got to throw some titles out.
All right, Mr. Brad here, stickler for the rules. Keep it straight, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the box set thing is clearly not a thing, but my pick is Wolf Creek 1.
Yes.
This needs to be, first of all, a blue at a minimum from somebody, but hell, a 4K. This is a really, really underrated movie. I had the second one here, which is also really good, but this one didn't get a blue for some reason, but it's about a serial killer in the outback of Australia. Jace is a friend of all of ours. He's from Australia. He said, dude, in between the coasts, there's just nothing but wilderness. And you're talking thousands of miles of just wasteland. So if he killed somebody out there, and he says people go missing all the time, never to be heard from again. So you go missing out there, it's the very isolated place, and you'll never be found. And it just follows this serial killer, Jarrett. I can't remember his name now. I'm blanking on it. Having an Allen moment. John Jarrett. That's it. He's awesome in this. He's super sinister and evil, bloodthirsty, and he's got no mercy. And you realize he's done this hundreds of times, and I don't know. It's just a winner, man, across the board. And like the things that he does to these people, and it's almost like a road thriller too. It's almost kind of like The Hitcher, like the Australian Hitcher, kind of. But hardcore slasher, man, a lot of fun, and it's amazing that this hasn't gotten at least a Blu-ray. The artwork, man, it could go a million different ways. There's scenes where he's torturing people. They're chained up. There's dogs all around them. I mean, he also uses guns. You know, like there's this really awesome like thing where he uses a hunting rifle and shoots right through this windshield. I mean, they could do a million different things with this. But
what year did that come
out? 2004, I believe.
Okay.
Early 2000s. I know that. It doesn't exactly say, but
yeah, I haven't seen that before, but I've been wanting to.
Dude, you got to check this out. The unrated version. It's brutal, and he's kind of, he does it like, you know, he's kind of like light art, like he's kind of funny. You know, the John Jarrett character, he's kind of funny the way he behaves and he talks, and you know, and you kind of hate the characters. You know, anyway, they're kind of like annoying, like backpackers, and that's just. It's just a winner, man. It's crazy to me that this hasn't got a blue yet from somebody.
It's like it's like Crocodile Dundee and Freddy Krueger had a baby.
Yeah, yeah. What a combination.
What studio is it?
Lionsgate, I think. Dimension Films, which
and there was a Blu-ray, but it was
line.
overseas. I think Zavi did an exclusive, and I do think there's some Blu-rays, but they're all overseas. I don't think there's any domestic Blu-rays.
2004.
Craig would know. Craig, is that even possible?
It's Dimension?
Dimension.
So I know Paramount bought the majority of the Dimension catalog, which is why they've been putting out a lot of those titles re-released, and why they have like the Scream titles now. So it's possible if it's Dimension.
Well, they're coming out with a third one, and there's a TV show that's very popular, Wolf Creek TV show. And they're coming out with a third. I believe it's already in the can. Wolf Creek. It was supposed to come out this fall, and it got pushed, I believe, till summer. I don't remember what the reason was, but definitely with that release, I would hope there's at least a Blu-ray with it.
Is the second one any good? I can't remember what you said.
The second one's good, man.
Yeah. I just recently watched both movies and TV shows. I'm a huge fan.
It's more of the same, man. He's just in the middle of this movie. Kicks off right from the opening, man. It's a lot of fun. There's actually more. It's a typical sequel, bigger body count, the whole nine, and you already know, like from the beginning, that this guy is, what he's about.
Sweet. Oh,
he's a crazy bitch. He's a crazy bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, Tommy, I've noticed you and Pops are wearing shirts that are not black. So
hey, man.
You guys are traders.
We
wear black shirts.
You didn't get the fucking memo, huh?
Well,
review your contracts.
Craig and I talked about this in a recent video we did, and it's been made well known that black no longer hides the weight when you get to a certain weight. So, And I'm at that point where black doesn't help, so I just wear whatever color now.
Yeah. I don't feel that people are like the people that watch this stream or may not be subscribed to Tommy Starr. You're going to have to change that because I'm no longer going to answer messages on Instagram about why are peanut butter cups all over the stories? Why am I playing Creed? You know, why are you playing Creed for this? Like, I'm like, dude, clearly you're not a subscriber to Tommy Starr. You need to change that.
That was great, by the way. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get into my number 5 here. If I can figure this out. All right. Now, everybody knows that the part 1 of this franchise is never going to happen. It'll be fantastic, but it just ain't going to happen. But this movie don't get the love that it needs. I feel like a lot of people overlook this movie, and this is a great sequel. And that's going to be Jaws 2.
Yes.
I think this movie here deserves more love than it gets. There's a lot of people that watch this Jaws over and over again. They don't give the sequels enough love. Now, Jaws of Revenge, I'm going to be honest with you, is garbage, but it's a guilty fun watch. Yeah. I'll go through and watch all of these about once a year, once every couple of years. And Jaws of the Revenge is ridiculous. Jaws 3 is fun. I seen it in theaters when it came in 3D when it first came out. I got a love for it. But this movie here is just one step down below Jaws 1 to me. This movie, it has this here came out. This release here came out from Universal Studios in 2016. And other than that, there really hadn't been any good releases of this movie. They did like a combo pack on Blu-ray. Recently. There's a zombie exclusive steelbook that came out in 2021. But other than that, I mean, not a whole lot to it, man. This is just a bare bones basic bitch release. You know, I would absolutely love to see what a good artist with Scream Factory could do. Just give me that there, but you know, do a fancy image of this and throw some other things from the movie around it. Man, come on.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that 2, 3 or Revenge deserve to have a collector's edition, kind of like they did with Poltergeist 2 and 3.
I was just going to say that, yeah.
So Jaws 2 needs some more love. If you haven't seen this movie in a while, watch Jaws, then watch this one. It's a good double feature.
Great.
Yeah. In one of their live streams, they were talking about like the 2 guys from Scream Factory. They said they've tried to pursue Jaws 2 a few times, and Universal just won't give it to them.
Yeah.
So if they keep pursuing, like the same thing happened with Child's Play with them. They said they couldn't get Child's Play 2 and 3 for years because it was an active franchise when it wasn't even active. And then the show came out and the remake came out, and then they finally put 2 and 3 out while it was still active. So it just shows you if they keep persisting, they can probably get it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, man. 2 and
Fingers
3.
Crossed, man. I would love it.
And Pops, that was in my top 10. It just made it out of my honorable mention category. So I'm glad.
Funny, before we started, Craig says, "Pops, if you don't have Jaws 2 in your collection, we're gonna have a problem." And I'm sitting there looking at Jaws 2 on top of my stack.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a Jaws fanatic, Jaws 2 is a must because you find out immediately what happened to the characters after. You know who got fired, who didn't get fired. Somehow the mayor still has a job. Brody gets fired. I mean, what the hell? But my favorite part of the movie is when Brody goes to meet with the mayor. They go in a fucking church, and Brody tells them, "We have a shark problem again." And just the way the fucking mayor reacts is worth the price of admission, right then and there.
Jaws is one of those type of franchises that, like, I think the problem with the sequels is that Jaws. We all know that Jaws 1 is such a damn good movie. It's just like as close as you can get to perfection, in my opinion. And because Jaws 1 is so good that forever 2 and 3 and the sequels will always be compared to it. Yeah. And when you try to compare it to the original, it seems like a bad movie. But if you forget about Jaws, the first one, just forget about it and look at Jaws 2 on its own merit. It's a fucking great movie. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's just you can't compare it to the Jaws, the original, because that's when it's going to not seem so good to you. But yeah, if you don't compare it to the original, it's a really cool movie. I like the sequel.
It's more of a horror movie than Jaws 1. Jaws 1, I know people call it a horror movie. I get that. I can see that too. To me, Jaws 1's an adventure movie. It's a Steven Spielberg adventure movie. Who wouldn't want to be on that boat with a couple of deer rifles and some gaffs and some barrels and shit trying to hunt down this shark? The second one, it ain't about that. It's not about that anymore. This fucker is eating people, and it's a big problem.
It's like a slasher with like a creature feature slasher is what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I really wish I could have got Richard Dreyfuss back for the sequel. I think it'd have been fun to have Richard Dreyfuss in the mix somewhere.
Hey, but they got John Williams back to do the score for that one.
Yeah, man.
It really helped.
You had to have Brody. Yeah, had to have his big titty wife. You had to have the mayor. I mean, they got the ones they absolutely had to have. Dreyfuss would have been good, but would Dreyfuss have come back anyway? Like the character, would Hooper have actually come back and done this? You know, after what happened the last time?
Spielberg kidnapped him for Close Encounters with the Third Kind. So
they tried to get Spielberg to come back for this, but you know, he was like, "Look, I already made a great shark movie. No reason to make another one." Roy Schneider didn't want to come back because he was pissed off at the studio about something else that had happened. Don't remember what, but they threw him a boatload of fucking money, and of course, money talks.
Yeah,
but only 16 minutes away.
All right, we'll go through the chat real fast. All right, Monica says, "Blues from the basement. Show us what you got."
Ooh.
Esteban says, "I'm here and ready to hear what Pappy Craig's top 5 4K, but we all need the masterpiece Rob Zombie's 2007 on 4K."
I totally agree. First of all, absolutely, somebody could do a lot with that. Lionsgate 4K slip on. 4K Steelbook slip.
Chris said, "Damn, that's a nice looking Blu-ray of the Terminator." I agree. He did that after Conan the Destroyer. All right. I'm ready to read. That popped up twice. Sarah Connor, you're terminated, fucker.
Yeah.
Wild Wrangler, I wish Scream Factory would do a Dark Heritage 1989. Not familiar with that one. Caveman, what's going on, man?
What's up, guy?
I love Scary Movie. Mia Farris is so damn hot and funny.
Anna Faris.
Anthony.
Anna Faris,
yeah. Hey, Anthony.
What's up,
Anthony? Who's Anthony?
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Hit that like button and Hulk smash the bell and subscribe. Appreciate it, Caveman.
Right on.
All right. I liked 1 and 2 for sure. 3 is okay if I remember it right.
SeaWorld.
About Scary Movie, probably.
Probably talking about Jaws, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe it was a scary movie.
Anthony. All right. Vinegar Syndrome released a slasher comedy called Pandemonium with the late Phil Hartman. That's great. I think I have that up there. I don't think I watched it yet. What's up, Holland? All right, Alex, and both Wolf Creek movies deserve collector's editions. Such great movies. Yeah, huge fan.
Yeah.
Wolf Creek isn't on Blue. That's a shame. Yeah, it was streaming on Shudder, I think. I know there is a series too. Yeah, you need to check out the series, man. There's 2 seasons, and both are banging, man. They're just badass. Yeah, Zombie did a Wolf Creek Blu-ray Steelbook, which I need to grab.
Yeah, Zombie can kiss my ass. It's just like they didn't do it if Zombie did it. I mean, did you see that fucking Steelbook they just sent Tony? He said that thing was paper thin. It was just junk. Yeah, it's the new Ex Machina Steelbook. I mean,
what do you mean?
Tony Basement Blues got a Steelbook from Zombie, the Ex Machina 4K Steelbook. He said the steel, the actual metal, is super thin and flimsy. It's just a piece of shit. That's what he
said.
Yeah. And I've never ever found anybody to not have problems with Zavi, whether delivery or, Al orders shit from all the time and they just cancel his fucking orders for no reason. It just, it's just a shithouse company and they always have been.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because they just bought Arrow.
All right, Joey Andrews, what's going on? I want to see Scream Factory double feature of Rocky Horror and Shock Treatment because I want a Blu-ray of Shock. Wild Wrangler said Wolf Creek 2.
Cops, Wolf Creek. There's a Wolf Cop part 1 and 2, which are both great, by the way.
All right, Hollow Note says watch season 1 of Wolf Creek is pretty good. Haven't started season 2. The same guy plays the killer in the show.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
All right, at least Warren Morris says my number 5 is Vacancy. This to me is a slam dunk Scream Factory title. Give me an an interview with the creepy motel manager Frank Whaley and his two thugs. A new commentary with director Nimrod and Tell. I said that right. Would be great.
Great pick. That's a good one. I can see it's a cool movie.
Yeah, that's a good one, Anthony. Tommy, do you have all the Friday the 13th Jason NECAs?
I do. Everyone.
I had them all, and I actually had them all, but I ended up giving sold a lot of those to Dirk. Got those streams with us, whatever, because I just didn't have anywhere to put them all. So
yeah,
I kind of got out of the NECA game.
Shock Treatment. That's a Severn title.
Yeah, it is, ain't it? All right, I love Jaws 2. Very good pick, Pops. Appreciate it, Chris. Show us your shirts.
Sure.
Mine's just the Walter White Laboratories Breaking Bad. Looks like the Walt Disney logo.
Yeah. Oh shit! There we go. I thought they were asking us to show you under our shirts. I was
That's the Patreon stream. That's behind the paywall.
Gizmo said Jaws 2 was great. Jaws 3 I hate. The beginning of the CGI crap. Jaws Revenge is so fun and stupid. Yeah, I mean, you had to see Jaws 3 back in the day, like when it first came out, man. The 3D was so badass in theaters when it first came out. Look at it now, yeah, it looks like shit. Yeah. But back in the day, man, it was fun.
I'm telling you, man, Jaws the Revenge still has the most disturbing opening scene I've ever watched since I was a kid. Of Sean getting his arm bitten off. That disturbed me so much.
It doesn't take a lot to disturb Craig. I mean, he's describing the fucking sheets, the pink sheets from Nope, like it's the scariest thing in the world. And it took me like 20 minutes to go, what the hell scene are you talking about? And he's like, there's a horse up in there. I said, it looks like two assholes. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Pops was sleeping during that scene.
Yeah, I still got to watch it. All right, thanks, Chris. Hope someone can do trick or treat.
Yeah.
All right. Sharks don't get revenge, Mr. Brody. I think that's what she told him.
Yeah, that shark was taking out family members in Jaws Revenge.
Yeah, he had a vendetta, man. And he growls. Yeah. When he jumps out of the water, he growls like a fucking bear. Makes sense.
They killed it with a sailboat, if I remember right.
It's worth watching the whole movie just for that shark to come out of the water and growl. It's the best thing ever.
Mrs. Brody fucking kills him with a sailboat. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous movie ever. All the action movies did a 4K. Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Jaws the Revenge Lesser. Alex says to Joey Andrews, a collector's edition of the Rocky Horror Picture Show would be awesome. I'm sure the New York would be gorgeous. Yeah,
it would sell like $2 ass in Tijuana too.
That's got to be coming to 4K at some point.
Somebody would have to.
So, man. That thing's got such a cool following.
Doing that, I could see somebody, real uppity doing that.
Yeah. All right. Is there a Jacob's Ladder special edition? Not with Scream Factory.
I don't know that there's even a Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, this says, give me Wolf Creek on Blu-ray now. That movie's too fucking good. John Jarrett is the horror icon nobody talks about, so that needs to change. Yeah, I totally agree.
He's doing conventions, man. I don't know if he does them. I haven't heard of him going to conventions, but people would line up to get signatures from John Jarrett.
Yeah,
and he's been around a long time too.
Grizzly 1976 Jaws with claws, but I'm a fan of Grizzly.
Yeah.
Joey says, Baby Scream Factor can do a horror comedy double feature of Rocky Horror Picture Show and Shock Treatment. I need something in the foreground to give it some scale. Foreground my ass.
Yeah. Go to the end of the pulpit.
Such a good fucking movie, man.
What for?
We need a 4K for sure for Jaws 2. Yeah, give us a 4K of all of them, man. Fuck, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Jaws 2 Scarface. This is, I enjoy most shark movies, even the utter Walmart straight to DVD trash. I like a shark movie, man. There's some bad ones, but they're still fun. Most of them are.
With the fin coming out of the toilet.
Yeah, there's a lot of those crazy ass shark movies from like what is that? SRS Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Santa Jaws or something.
Yeah.
There's a decent one I saw recently about I think it's about a bull shark and this supermarket floods and the shark is in there. It's almost like a Crawl, like the movie Crawl. It's almost like that.
It's called Bait, right?
Bait. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's actually a pretty good one.
Yeah, not bad.
That's a fun one. Yeah. All right.
Ooh, that's a great
Scream Factory. Would be Cujo.
Yeah, I don't think that'll come up ever again in the stream. Not even once.
Maybe they should do a re-release for Slumber Party Massacre 2 and Big Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
I think Roy did Jaws 2 to get out of doing another movie he really didn't want to do. Yeah, it was something along those lines. At first he didn't want to do it, then he ended up doing it. I don't know if it was money or what Joe Joker's saying. I don't remember. Inside from Scream Factory is my biggest wish.
God damn it, Gizmo. That'll never happen.
Okay,
somebody fucking needs to do Inside, a U.S. release of Inside. I love that movie. It's the French horror movie with the baby, the woman that's pregnant.
Oh yeah. I've seen that. While Wrangler says my Friday Night 4K steelbook is damaged. That sucks.
That fucking sucks.
Monica saying, "Hey to Craig," with a lot of love faces there. Alex said that white shirt is so awesome. Appreciate it. Screen Factory 4K, the Toxic Avenger. There you go. But, Gizmo said, "Sorry, dude. I'm a retard when it comes to the social media stuff."
And most other things.
4K Collector's Edition of Consiglio's Kenny and Company.
Kenny and Company. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, me either. All right. This is probably on that Walter White.
Disney is probably on that Walter White.
Yeah. It won't let me say their full name. Wait, Brad, what does horses, not the one from The Godfather? All right.
Hey, bro.
Jaws Revenge is the remake of Halloween when you think about it. Yeah. Jaws 2, no slip. Yeah. None of those came with slips. Do a Jaws 4K sequel set like the Halloween 4K set.
If you see something out of slip, that is not displayed in Alan's movie room.
That's in my closet of shame over there. I've got a closet of shame in my front door.
They got a new Jaws coming out soon. It's called Jaws Ends.
Yeah. And then Jaws, so the one that exploded he's been like hiding in a ship under like that sunk. He's gonna come out, he's gonna mentor a new shark in the ways of murdering.
Jaws is not even in this. This is about some other ocean mammal or ocean fish that nobody knows shit about, but they're gonna introduce them there just to make you care about them. Yeah, whatever. So actually, speaking of that, real fast, last time on fucking Facebook, I've seen this guy. I don't remember his name. He is selling a bootleg copy of Halloween 2018 Kills and Ends, taking out all the bullshit. Taking out.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like one long movie, whatever, where he takes out anything doing with what's his nuts, that guy nobody cares about, Corey, and all the love story bullshit. And basically, it's going to be kind of like the end of Kills with just the good shit from Ends, kind of at the end of it. So I ordered it. It was like $20.
Very interesting.
That's interesting.
And it's got really, really cool artwork on it. He's got a cool slipcover, or not a slipcover, but a cool inner print on it. So I figured $20. I'll check it out.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Bootleg. I've always said, and especially now that we got the 3 done, they had enough story to do one movie, and they stretched it into 3. It should have all taken place on one night and just done one movie and been done with it.
Yeah.
But that's not how Hollywood works. If we can do 1, let's do 3.
All right, Robo Shark, sci-fi. All right, that's bait. Yeah. Walmart has some weird dinosaur movies too. Yeah, they do. It seems like they come out with new ones like every couple of weeks.
Jurassic Dead.
Picked up all those Jaws steelbooks last year. Yeah, I should have grabbed those steelbooks. I never got any of them. One of the actresses in Bait was in my film Christmas Blood, Australian actress. One of the biggest expenses on the film, flying her from Australia. The Hills Have Eyes, 2006 4K.
Oh yeah,
that's a cool remake.
Yeah, it is. Cujo is my favorite King movie. He has stated it is terrifying. A dog that weighs close to 200 pounds, and he turned it into a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stephen King was doing so much fucking cocaine during that time when he was writing that book. Basic Blues. What's up, Tony?
Come on, Tony.
What's up, Tony?
And Tony, I appreciate this, man. Tony was nice enough to send me a Conjuring slip, the lenticular slip of the Conjuring.
Nice.
So he sent that to me. I appreciate it, buddy. Just got that in the mail today.
He's a good dude.
Yo, Tony, good evening. Pops, have you got your first blood from Zavi? Nope. It still says processing.
Poor subject.
So yeah, it's poor subject. Hey to Tony. Creep Show 4K, yeah. That's coming. I got a feeling that's coming sooner than you think. Just my opinion.
I think Arrow should do Creep Show 1 and 2 and do the same thing with Demons 1 and 2.
Yeah. All right. Keo K says, hey to Rain Gizmo. All right. Scott Merkel said, was a dog humping Craig's leg? Maybe.
I hope it was a dog.
Jaws forces the orca. Make it happen.
I love orca.
Michael says, show me a titty, Craigie.
Why is everyone coming after me?
Retard Gizmo. Jeepers Creepers 4K. Yeah, Hollywood is the devil. Too many Halloweens.
Yep.
Hey Tony, how dare you refer to Corey as a what's his nuts? Say that no one cared about him. I cared.
I find it seems to be a lot of females that are like, hey, I kind of liked it. It's, I guess the love story or whatever. That part of it, the teenage stuff.
What I said last night. Put his ass in the first 2018. Make a character arc. Spin off a fucking sequel.
There's no reason he couldn't have been the boyfriend of her the whole time.
Exactly.
The guy that dressed in drag, he could have just been him the whole time, and they have like the story arc that there.
Joey Andrews is a smart man. Joyride Collector's Edition. That's got to happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a horrible idea.
That's terrible. I don't think anybody's going to mention that again.
Percy says, "Man, yeah, Rambo. I can't even get a job parking car. So damn good."
Yeah.
28 days later. Yep.
So this is just the whole stream now.
I'll say retard Gizmo.
Yep.
All right. Well, guys, we will go on to our next round here.
Tard, but he's our tard.
That's right. He's ours. So he's Brad's at least. No, we like having Gizmo around. All right, Craigie, what you got, buddy?
All right, number 4. This is one of those movies that came out in the late 90s after the Scream phase, when Scream was really big and all those, not what I'm trying to say, like all those Scream intimidators, or what's the word I'm looking for? I'm having brain fart.
Imitators.
Imitators. Sorry, guys, it's late. I was up working at 6:00 this morning, but yeah, it's an imitator of Scream for sure. Came out in 1998, directed by Robert Rodriguez, and that is The Faculty. This is definitely worth a collector's edition. I can just picture the art of this movie, like with the football coach, with the alien face,
and standing there on the field.
Oh yeah, just having and Josh Hartnett, like he was filming this movie at the same time as Halloween H2O. That's why he's got the same haircut. So he was like just bouncing back and forth between both sets, filming at the same time. But this is such a cool. It's almost like a whodunit, like figuring out who the alien is. Definitely had some. I would say some inspiration from The Thing, because you're just wondering who the alien's going to be and who's passing it on to each other. And it's basically a whodunit when you're trying to figure out who the queen alien is. Really cool appearance from Jon Stewart as the science teacher, Salma Hayek as the nurse. Definitely a cool cast. Like I said, Josh Hartnett, Jordana Brewster. Who's that? Usher? Is that Usher? Is that him? Yeah. Clea Duvall is such a cool cast for it. And Elijah Wood, he was really big in this movie. Not much I can say about it. It's just a fun, like, cheesy. Would you call it cheesy? I guess I would.
No, I wouldn't call it cheesy.
No, it's not cheesy.
No,
it's not cheesy. I don't think.
Either way, it's a fun time. Turn your brain off. It's a popcorn movie. I absolutely love watching this movie every time around Halloween time. It's a cool sci-fi horror movie. Definitely deserving of a 4K with beautiful artwork, and I think it can happen now because since this is a Dimension title and Paramount bought the Dimension catalog, it could happen. definitely could happen as long as they get
I Know What You
the.
Did Last Summer 4K.
What's that?
Who put out I Know What You Did Last Summer 4K recently?
That was Sony.
Sony?
So
Sony, I like that 4K. I like the artwork and stuff. I feel like if they did that with this, somebody just that would be good enough.
Yeah. But they market this movie as you think Robert Patrick, the football coach, is definitely the lead alien,
the host.
So like the whole time you think it's him, and then I'm not going to spoil it, but the head alien turns out to be somebody that you wouldn't even expect, and that's a cool twist. I really think that, and and it's got the same composer for Scream, the same composer Marco Beltrami. You can hear a lot of the same musical cues that Scream has. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Faculty, I definitely recommend this one. Came out in 1998, post Scream. Check it out. Awesome movie.
Bobby Rodriguez.
It's got an awesome soundtrack too, man. It's got The Offspring, and then Creed redid Alice Cooper's "I'm 18." That movie. So yeah, I got to be honest with you, like in that era of movies, in the Scream era, whatever, late 90s, like I would almost make that like in my top 3, probably my favorites, like that one.
Yeah.
Obviously Scream, and then I Know What You Did Last Summer, but I've always loved The Faculty. That would
Kevin Williamson. Kevin Williamson could not miss in the late 90s. Everything he did made tons of money. He was the hottest writer in Hollywood at the time.
Oh, hell yeah.
But where does that movie take place, Craig?
I don't remember what state it takes place. It almost
like Ohio.
It looks like Haddonfield.
Tommy got it. Ohio. Yeah.
Remember what Elijah Wood says? Like, if you're aliens, are you gonna hit the White House Independence style, or are you gonna slide in through the back door?
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a great pick, man. Great pick. Awesome. And it was close to being in my top 5, just so you know. That was close. Right
there. It was going to be my number 1, but I threw it out because Brian Goes Blue loves that movie so much, and fuck him.
All right, Tommy, you're up, buddy. We love you, Brian.
Okay. With all due respect, Brian.
Fuck you with all due respect.
So my number 4, I can almost guarantee none of you picked this. But this has always been a favorite of mine. To be honest with you, it's probably it's definitely in my top 10 favorite movies of all time, maybe my top 5. At one point this was my all-time favorite movie, but it's not really a horror movie. It's definitely more on the lines of thriller, I would say. Like almost like a psychological thriller type deal, but awesome movie. And I would just absolutely love a collector edition of this. So that is The Butterfly Effect.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
This would be cool as a collector edition because we've never really gotten a cool release of this. And I mean, the alternate stuff that we get on this release is cool, but I would love to see behind the scenes stuff, interviews with this. I feel like it's a hidden gem and definitely one of Ashton Kutcher's best movies. He's known for a lot of the goofy comedy stuff, but when he does a serious movie, I think he does a really good job. At least in this one, he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, never mind the sequel down here. This is garbage. But
yeah, the sequels are bad.
Yeah, I don't know. It has nothing to do with the first one, really. But yeah, The Butterfly Effect, you guys, like I said, it's always been an all-time favorite of mine. Such a cool movie. Just a really cool idea for a movie. Whoever wrote this damn thing, I don't even remember. What is that? Michael Weiss, whoever that is. But I just thought that this was a brilliant script. It's just a really cool idea for a movie. And if I had to pick what this cover would look like, I'm assuming you guys have all seen this movie, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen it.
So obviously we all know that in this movie there's all those different scenarios that he runs into every time he tries to change something.
Yeah.
So having a cover of him in the middle and then all around is different alternate realities that he ran into. One of him in prison. Yeah, the prison one, the one where he's a paraplegic or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and I just think that would look so cool all the way around that. But yeah, if we got a collector edition, especially 4K, I'd be so happy. This is such a cool movie, you guys. I love that movie.
Super overlooked is the right word. I think people heard Ashton Kutcher and went, "This is gonna suck." Didn't even bother seeing it, and it's really nothing like what you think it is.
Not at all. If you guys like Brad said, if you guys didn't watch it because of that, maybe you're not a fan of Ashton Kutcher, because I really am not a fan of his. But like I said, I think he did great in this movie. It's a serious movie, obviously, and check it out. If you guys haven't watched this before, it is definitely worth a watch. It is, like I said, a really cool story, and the way it ends is really good. It's very interesting, and like I said, definitely. Would you guys call it like a psychological thriller type thing?
Yeah, it's definitely some kind of thriller.
Yeah.
You know, Amy Smart in it.
He's never done anything else like this movie. This is a one-off for him. Man, it goes to some pretty fucking dark places.
It's
like
dark.
The whole basement shit.
Oh God, yeah.
You know, the kids in the basement, man. That's some dark shit. You know.
Yeah, it is, man.
And
especially with the Tommy and Kaylee's dad. You know, it's definitely some dark shit. For
yeah.
But I will highly, highly recommend this to everybody who is listening to the stream right now who hasn't seen this movie. Watch this movie, and I guarantee you will love this movie.
Yeah. I just don't think many people saw it. They didn't give it a chance.
No, I don't think they did, man. I saw it in the theater. It was like one of those last second things. I was actually in Iowa for some reason at the time with my ex, and we were in Iowa just for the weekend, and we wanted to go see a movie, and there was nothing playing at the time that looked interesting. And we're like, Butterfly Effect, Ashton Kutcher, like, what the hell's that?
Yeah.
Let's check it out. There's nothing else that looks decent. So we checked it out, and I remember walking out of that movie like, holy shit, that's my favorite movie ever.
Yeah. If you're a big Stained fan, you will love the Butterfly Effect.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's kind of almost Fincher-like, and they actually even go to see a Fincher movie in the movie. Like, I feel like whoever made it is a big fan of David Fincher.
Yeah.
That it has those tones.
Yep, for sure. Awesome movie, you guys. Check it out for sure. Love to see like that.
Great pick.
Warner Brothers, so that's possible, right, Greg?
Yeah, they got a deal with Warner Brothers.
All right, number 4. This is amazing that they didn't do this. This is a Fox title, but this is right up their fucking alley. I could see them doing it. The cover art, I mean, they could go a million ways with it. The Hills Have Eyes, the 2006. This is both of them, but the 2006 remake of The Hills Have Eyes.
Hell yeah!
If you haven't seen this movie, it is badass. If you're one of these remake haters and you close your whole fucking body off and you get upset when a remake gets made, and you're like a grumpy old man, go fuck yourself and watch this movie, because there are very few people that have seen this that don't say it's better than the original. I mean, it is that good. It is that quality. You got a top flight cast on location. I mean, it is all practical effects. It is all awesome. Ted Levine in this as Bob is great. You know, you got the dogs, all the shit from the first one, but it's just updated. And there's just more going on, and you can actually see it. A lot of it takes place in daylight, unlike the first one, where you literally couldn't see what the fuck you were looking at. You know, I do like the first one. I don't like it near as much as this. I think this is the superior. And I even like the sequel as well. I think they're both good. This is studio set, but this movie from the right opening, I mean, it takes off and it doesn't stop. It's killer. You get all the horror tropes. You get the, what do they call it? The arbiter or whatever, the harbinger or whatever. You know, the warning guy and all that. You know, like it's. I can't say enough about it. The gore is there. The story's there. It is dark as hell. It's serious as hell, and there's a lot of peril. Man, it's just a great time, and I cannot believe Scream Factory didn't do at least this one, if not both. You know, because this is a no-brainer for Scream Factory. I was actually talking to Chuck Gore Forever about this stream coming up, and the first thing that he said, and I'm literally watching the first one today, the first thing he said was the Hills Have Eyes remake. It's surprising that they didn't do that, and it makes perfect sense for them, in my opinion. But the artwork, dude, I mean, right in the middle of the desert, the freaks above on the mountains, looking down as the caravan is passing. Ted Levine standing there with his big gun. The dogs. I just think it would be. It's just they could go endless ways, and they would love to do the artwork for this. I would think the artists. So this one I would love to see a better treatment. But the Blu-ray, this studio Blu-ray actually looks really good. So this set, I don't know how cheap it is, but I know I didn't pay much for it. And you want the unrated of both of these, if you're wondering.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, if I put together a top remake list, that would definitely be in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
There's definitely some hard watch moments in that movie.
Yeah. Shit, yeah.
Like pointing the gun at the baby. I mean, that's some pretty fucked up shit in there. But other than that, it's a good movie. And I mean, they, like you said, they really try to follow a lot of the original. Like they even have the same names.
Yeah.
Like Pluto, like Michael Berryman's character. Yep. So great pick, man. Definitely one of the best remakes, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's right up there, man. And like I said, I get really irritated when it comes to remakes. Listen, I know remakes generally are not as good as the original, like anybody else. But you don't know until you put the fucking thing in and watch it. There's so many people when it comes to remakes, they'll go, I don't need to see it. I know it's going to suck. Oh, well, then we don't have anything to talk about then. Oh, that's great, man. Just keep watching the same old shit over and over again. It's great.
There's a lot of good remakes out there, man. Everybody should give it. Everybody should give at least one watch before you talk shit about it.
And these day and age, you stream the shit illegally. I mean, you don't even have to you could fly before you buy. Just try it. At least know what the hell you're talking about if you're going to bitch about it.
Yeah, exactly. But for those who hasn't seen it, spoiler, but it's been out for a while anyways. But yeah, Ted Levine's kill in that movie. Oh my god, it feels
brutal,
so bad.
Fucking brutal and awesome. Awesome death. Big Bob. Yeah.
All right, that's a great pick, Brad. Unfortunately, most people are going to think my pick is not that great. I've kind of gauged to lose 10% of my subscribers when I throw this up there, but hopefully they'll stick around. But I know that there's a hate for this movie. I love this movie. I was around back when this movie came out, and if you wasn't, then I can understand why you don't appreciate it the way I do. And there's still a lot of fans of this movie, and that's going to be the Blair Witch Project.
Oh.
I know,
busting up the VHS.
Now, I got the VHS because Dirk sent me this the other day. I couldn't find my fucking Blu-rays. That's why I'm showing the VHS. Plus, I wanted to show this off. It's awesome. Yeah. But this here it has a this is the Lionsgate release, and on August 31st, 2010, just a basic Blu-ray was released of this, and there's a Zombie exclusive steelbook came out in 2017, and that's really it. I can understand why somebody that wasn't around or into movies in 1999, why they don't have an appreciation for this movie. But this is one of the first movies that really used the internet to market a movie, and they did such a fucking great job. They had everybody convinced that this was a true story.
Yeah,
and they had website set up. Website was done with actual news footage and all kind of crazy shit about this was a big story. And they finally got this footage. It was controversial. They were going to release it. It was a big deal. You went in the movie kind of going, "Was it real or not?"
Yeah.
And it made this movie so much better than what somebody that didn't experience all that looks at it and just saying, "This is just a found footage movie." This is what started the found footage. I know there was probably a few before this, but this is what made it a mainstream subgenre. Yeah. And I think it would be cool to get some special features, maybe some interviews with the original cast. I understand the hate for this movie, but like I said, if you really dig deep and find the history of this, it's actually a pretty cool release, and I would love to see a collector's edition from anybody. But I think Screen Factory would do a cool job.
Lionsgate 4K steelbook with a slip.
Come on, man. We need something. We need something better. So
great pick.
It's got to be happening. What year did that come out? 97?
99, I believe.
So
the movie was released in 99.
We got a 15-year. Well, wait a minute, a 25-year coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years.
25-year anniversary. Come on.
Yeah.
So
how old was everybody in 99?
Almost changed that a couple times because I figured it wouldn't be a popular pick, but this is my top 5, and that's one that I would love to see get some love.
Hey, that almost made it into my list. It definitely made it into my top 10. That's for sure. Definitely my all-time favorite found footage for sure.
There is a lot of people that have a hate for that movie. A lot of people.
Yeah.
And all right.
I think the majority of the fans of that movie are people that were more like around my age when that movie came out. Like, if you were part of that era and you got to see the movie when it first came out in the theaters, thinking it was real and everything, I think you have those type of people have more of a respect for the movie. Anybody who sees that movie nowadays for the first time are probably the ones that shit on it. But yeah, it's definitely the best found footage in my opinion.
Because there's so many found footage out there now, this kind of just gets lost in the mix. You don't really understand that you wouldn't have all the other shit if it wasn't for this. And some people think that they blame this movie because they hate found footage so much. And so
I think it won, wasn't it like didn't it set like a record in the Guinness Book of World Records for a movie that had such a low budget and made so much money?
I believe it did. One time it did anyway.
I think it was a percentage. It made like a 400,000%, profit or whatever.
Yeah. Because it made a ton of fucking money when it came out.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And it was only 35,000 to look like.
A cartoon image with a big ass snot bubble on the front. No, I don't know. Give me the cool artwork with a stick figure. They got on the back. There's something with a stick figure and just
the inside of the tent. The inside of the tent with the kids' handprints pressing on it. Or something.
And then down in the corner, have Mike facing the corner. That scene.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm not the
what is it?
Much, I got ideas in my head, but I don't know. There's a lot of cool ways I could go with it. But
Josh, wasn't he in the original Hatchet? I think the guy that played Josh in Blair Witch, he was Mary Beth's brother at the beginning with Robert Englund in the boat.
I think so.
It is. I think so.
Yeah,
that was the guy that played Josh.
All right, let's get caught up on the chat here real fast. Joey says the Crazies 2010 Collector's Edition.
Yep, hell yeah.
Good pick.
Great one.
I love that remake.
Monica saying, show us Craig. Chris says, Apollo 18, very underrated horror movie. I love it.
I don't know that one.
I haven't seen it, but I know the movie. I'm familiar with it. Joe Andrews says, I want a Hellraiser Blu-ray set. Or I want a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003 4K.
I could see them doing that, but it's a Lionsgate product.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers?
They did the remake and then the beginning, and then Lionsgate did the 3D and the other ones.
Oh, okay.
All right. Joe Andrews said, I want a Bride, Seed, Curse, and Cult of Chucky 4K set.
Yeah.
Bride of Chucky should get
I love a collector edition of Bride.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
All right, Alex says, I'm with Joey. Joyride and the Crazies will be awesome collector's editions. Yep. Exorcism of Emily Rose 4K.
I think I just bought that while Dirk was talking about it. I haven't seen that one.
Joe Andrews said Resident Evil 1 4K. And one only. Alex says Final Destination 1 through 3 deserve collector's editions. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I could see that. They could do a lot with that artwork.
God, says, like your movies. Love your wife. Your life.
Del Griffith.
Yeah. That's Craig.
Of course, he says, very cool choice, Tommy. Last Exorcism of Collector's Edition. Yeah, because they already got the Blu-ray out there. Screen Factory does as a standalone. Joe Andrews, hell yeah. All right, number 4, Stir of Echoes. This is a great ghost story mystery film. If Screen Factory could somehow kiss Kevin Bacon's ass enough to get him to do an interview or commentary, it would be fucking incredible.
I almost picked that one of mine. That's a great movie.
Yep. All right, Unfriended Collector's Edition.
Yeah.
Butterfly Effect was great. Remember back in school, I was the only one liking the film. Everyone hating on it. Back when Amy Smart wasn't something. It was something. All right. The second movie is better. Saw Butterfly Effect in theaters. It's a fun movie. We'll do a double feature set. Butterfly Effect is definitely a hidden gem. It really is. Nobody ever talks about it. It's such a good movie.
Yep.
Christie's Don't Breathe, making a combo pack special edition. I mentioned that. Hell yeah, Brad. The remake is a bit better than the original.
I think
Fright
so
Night
too.
Part 2 Collector's Edition. Just a Fright Night Part 2 anything. You know, that's a hard one to get. Yeah, those unfriended movies are pretty damn good. I also prefer the second movie. It's way more fucked up. I think I've only seen the first one. All right, Christy said Last House on the Left remake. I would add to that through Screen Factory Special Edition.
Yep.
I really like the remakes mostly because I like the look of the mutants with modern technology.
Yeah, and they're all wearing practical makeup effects. So it still gives you the old school feel, and it's
that dude in the wheelchair. Remember, he's like,
yeah.
Oh yeah, it was fucked up. All right, Gizmo said Hills Have Eyes is great. Emil the Raven is really great in it. Joey Andrews, the last horror film needs a good collector's edition. I feel like Gizmo just hears me say some of these fucking foreign names and just shakes his fucking head. Like, you fucking redneck. Kia K says retard Gizmo. He says it's because it's Fox owned by what will not be named.
Disney owns Fox.
Yeah. I have Hills Have Eyes prequel comic. All right, he says, I prefer the Hills Have Eyes remake over the original as well. The third act especially goes way more crazy and bloodier.
It's a bloody fucking movie. I mean, I don't just mean gore. I mean, it is bloody as hell. There's tons of blood, buckets of blood.
Yeah. Gus, what's going on, man? Evening, Pops, and everyone. Gus, Holland, Gus. And there's another vote for retard.
Everybody keeps calling it retard.
Anthony. Gus. Hey, what's going on, Mama Blu-ray?
Hey.
Appreciate you being here. Let's see it, Pops. All right. All right, nice one, Pops. Blair Witch 2016 could get a collector's edition too.
I like that remake.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
You actually get a glimpse of the fucking witch though.
Yeah,
Dream 2 would be a really fun release. The slipcover could have all the different types of gremlins on it. Yeah. Honest, Blair Witch was amazing for $99. Maybe the art could be the review guy on the chair with hundreds of gremlins behind him. Yep. Great pick, Pops. All right, Blair Witch is great. It is so weird to transfer that movie. Is still the same transfer from the DVD VHS. They should go back to 16 millimeter negative. All right, here we go. His drug just kicked in. Wish they would make another one with some of the old cast, but feature some new blood and the Bill Paxton and Seymour Hoffman or Paxton's child to pick up where they left off. I'll leave that up for a minute so you guys can decipher. We'll move on. All right. My dad passed in 99, so I didn't really see those movies in theaters. Was the year I watched the first Friday the 13th on HBO. Gotcha, man. Twister. I saw Blair Witch. Yeah, Twister would be a good one. That would be. I like to see that needs to get some more love.
Yeah,
I heard they're making a sequel to that.
I would love to see a 4K of that one. That would be cool in 4K, I think.
Yeah. And wasn't that the first movie that got a Blu-ray? Wasn't that the first Blu-ray release?
It was one of them for sure. Maybe.
I thought somebody said that in the stream the other day that was one of the first Blu-rays released, or the first Blu-ray release. Maybe I'm wrong. Holland said, I saw Blair Witch with a friend in theater, scared the shit out of us. Yeah. I remember I seen it in a packed theater, man. Me and a girl it was actually a first date with this girl that I dated for a while. And we were sitting on the second row in the shitty corner. This is back for you to get reserved seats, And it was just a fun theater experience, man. It was a good time.
For sure.
Wild Wrangler, I thought it was real in 99. Most people did, man. Or at least they had that in their head anyway. Sorry for you lost Chris. Mom just passed June 1st. Yep, sorry to hear that. Have Screen Factory released The Hidden from 87 to 88 or Hellbound with Chuck Norris. Really movies they should dig into.
Warner Archive did The Hidden.
Yeah, thanks. I knew somebody else did. I can't remember who. Okay. And Hellbound, I don't think anybody has done Hellbound. I know the movie you're talking about. I don't know. Dark City 4K. All right. Wild Reynolds says, sorry for your loss. All right, all good. Sorry for your loss as well. My dad passed after Father's Day that year. You could probably get interviews from the entire Blair Witch cast pretty easily, too. Maybe even a commentary. Yeah, that'd be awesome. You know, where are you now kind of thing. Get your thoughts on the movie and get a little more insight, you know, of how they got all that to be such a internet phenomenon back then.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. Gizmo said, Jessica Biel's tits and lips in 4K. Hell yes. Shut up, woke feminists. Let the men speak. All right. Allie says, Tommy's impression of the guy in the wheelchair made me laugh out. Yeah. He's got that one on point. That was a good one. All right. Let's see. Hey, the Gus. Joe Anderson, Evil Speak 4K, or what is that? Tetsu, the Iron Man 4K. Dark City and 4K would be a good one, Joey. Razorback 4K. Yeah, I think Umbrella's got to release a Razorback. I got my own. It's just a Blu-ray, but they got a really nice release of Razorback. One of those beyond genre titles they got. Me and my mom and my grandmother saw Twister in theaters. We came out real Twister.
Well, maybe they're saying that they saw a real Twister after or something.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. Sorry for both your losses, Caveman and Chris. All right. Is it region free though? I have the hidden from Warner Archive, but it's a born release. All right, we're caught up, and I guess Brad's coming back. So we will go ahead and move on to our round 3, right? Round 3.
Round 3.
All right, and Craig, you're back on the clock, man.
All right, cool. So this is a movie that came out in, I would say, the mid-90s. This is one that kind of flew under the radar for me when I was a kid, but as I got to the early 2000s, I really started watching this a lot and thought it was such a cool movie. It's one that I recommended to Tommy for years. He's like, nah, I've never seen it. And I'm like, you got to see this movie. It is an awesome 90s thriller. It's not a horror movie. It's a thriller, but it's well deserving of a Scream Factory release. And that is 1996 Fear with Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon. Oh, yeah. Awesome movie. 1996. Basically, Wahlberg is an obsessed psychopathic boyfriend who's just obsessed with Reese Witherspoon. But obviously, her dad is the guy that's like, no, you can't have my daughter. Stay away from my daughter and all that stuff. And basically, it's a love story that turns into a thriller. You know, and the third act of the movie is a home invasion movie, which is so cool. I love that part. The part where he's punching his chest, just like he's taunting the dad. He's like, taunting the dad to his face and stuff like that. And
I'll pop both your cherries.
Oh yeah, really. Alyssa Milano's in this movie too. She's great in it. There's a really cool scene on a roller coaster that that I think a lot of us remember. This is back when Wahlberg was in his Abercrombie days, so he always wore he's shirtless in this movie at one point, and he carves the girl's name in his chest. So like on VHS, I thought it said Nicole Forever, but then when I saw the Blu-ray, it said Craigie Forever on it. But I remember the VHS of this. It had Universal Thrillers across the top. When they did that back in the VHS days. Like I remember the Child's Play movie had that banner on the top. Like 2 and 3 had those banners.
Yeah.
I think the artwork of this, it should be kind of like Alone in the Dark's artwork from the original VHS, where you just see like the house in the dark and you see like 5 silhouettes of guys like about to siege the house. I think that'd be a cool artwork.
Nice.
Of the third act of the movie. But if you haven't seen Fear, this is such an awesome 90s movie. Really cool soundtrack featuring the band Bush. If you remember they got 2 songs in this movie that are really good. But yeah, and it's a violent movie too, definitely violent, but really good movie for Mark. And this is to this day my favorite Mark Wahlberg movie. So yeah, Fear from 1996.
Wasn't that peephole scene? Didn't he like improvise that shit?
Oh yeah, he actually did a bunch of different shots of that, and that one he did was "Let Me in the Fucking House." The director loved it so much they kept it in there. What I've heard.
That's a great scene.
Oh man, it's the best.
Craig has told me about a lot of movies. He's recommended a ton of movies to me over the years, and for the most part, they've all been really good. But Fear is definitely one that stands out in my mind as far as one that he recommended to me, and like that was a awesome first time watch. Like it just had me my eyes glued to the screen the whole time. I came out of that watch. It was just like, wow, that movie kicked ass. Like it was so good. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great pick, man. It's a great one. Tommy, you up, buddy? What you got?
All right. So my number 3. So we haven't even got a Blu-ray of this yet in the US. And there's been a couple of different region stuff put out of this movie. And like, you know, we all say like, I would be happy just to get a US Blu-ray release of this, obviously. But I think this is the type of movie that would just be a kick-ass Scream Factory release. I don't think it's possible because it's one of those HBO home videos. But yeah, The Hitcher.
Yes.
This movie's so cool, man. It's just, I love this film so much, and I can't believe we've never even got a Blu-ray of this, but I don't think this would ever happen with Scream Factory. I don't know. Craig is the one that would know that, but
I think Second Sight's doing a 4K of it.
Yeah, I think I heard that. And I'm probably going to end up getting that, but it would just be cool to see a Scream Factory treatment on this type of a movie. The artwork would just, I mean, I could picture so many different things for the artwork on this. There's just so many different cool things that they do, but I love everything about this movie. It's just, I think it takes a really cool type of idea. I mean, we all know that, you know, there's all the stories you hear about hitchhikers, and you don't want to pick one up ever because you never know what the hell's going to happen. And God, just the way that like Rutger Hauer, like just slowly goes from like a somewhat of a nice guy and just slowly just turns into this psychopath. Like, it just makes me feel like if I was in that position as C. Thomas Howell, like that would just be the scariest shit ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, that would be freaky. That's why you just can't.
Don't need gas. Just the way he said it. But I don't need gas. He said, "You need gas, right?" First he said he needs gas, and he says he don't need gas. And just the way he says that line, "But I don't need gas," as he sneezes, you tell he's crazier and shit.
I'm not married. I just wear this ring so people will trust me.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, and then just like I remember watching that scene at the diner when he picks up that finger, and like when I was really young, seeing that for the first time, it was just like there's so many things, so many parts of this movie that stand out. Great performances. It's just such a cool movie, and I even like the remake. I think the remake is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I like the remake too.
Remake is definitely fun. I mean, you can't touch this, but it's definitely a fun remake, and I just cannot believe that what they did with that Hitcher 2 and how much it just destroys this movie. Such garbage. But anyway, yeah, the Hitcher, we need this in the US. We need a US release of this. And just, oh my God, such a good movie. I love the Hitcher.
Yeah, another appearance from the famous Spaz 12 at the climax of the movie.
Oh yeah. All-time famous movie gun, the shotgun he uses at the end, the Spaz 12.
Yeah.
But Second Sight is doing the scan right now. They're working on a 4K scan. But I would remind you, The Howling and Dog Soldiers are both Second Sight scans, and they're Scream Factory Collector's Editions with the scan. It says, it says it right on the back.
Yeah. So you think that down the road, maybe Scream Factory will release it using that same scan and do their take on it. Maybe.
Wasn't there like German, like some kind of a German media book or something that we got out of this too?
There was.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Somebody on the stream may have it.
Yeah. You may see it later. You may see it later, Tommy. All right. Yes, that's a hell of a pick, man. We'll talk in a bit.
Yeah. Well, my number, what is this, 3?
Yep.
these movies, I like. Scream Factory used to be fun. That's what I think about when I think of these movies. But I don't, not necessarily a set. You know, they're varying quality, but Hatchet. I would love to see a collector's edition of at least the first Hatchet. I mean, the artwork where he's chopping the body apart. I mean, you could go a million ways where he's getting a spear ran through him. I mean, this movie, it's I believe that the tagline is even, it says like old school American horror, all practical effects. It's just a big monster. It's Kane Hodder, and he does, you know, it's just a brutal backwoods slasher. Tons of gore, tons of camp to it. A little bit of comedy. It just, everything hit right with this thing. You don't really care for the characters. You just want to see them kind of get splattered, but it's all tongue in cheek. It's all done in good fun. I actually like all of them, you know, all the sequels. And I really like the artwork on this one, the last one, Victor Crowley. Yeah, I don't know that they'd ever do a box set. I don't know that they'd ever do this, but these movies, man, like I said, they're just fun. There's no message. There's no bullshit in it. It's just, you know, it's just about making a fun movie that people will like, that fans will like. And that's what draws me to this. That's why I keep coming back. I actually saw at least the first two in theaters. I believe it was the first two in theaters, limited run. And they were packed. Everybody in the theater was happy. They all had a great time. And I hope we get more of these. I hope we get a 5, 6. I hope it's like a Friday the 13th. You know, we get a million of them. They don't cost a lot of money to make. They're a real simple formula. You know, people just keep going. It's just like, you know, Friday the 13th. You know, they just keep going back to this area where they're not supposed to go, and they keep getting butchered over and over again. And I don't know. Other than that, man, they're just a riot. The gore is outrageous. It's very inventive. He uses all manner of implements. He uses a belt sander, chainsaws, axes, anything he can find. It's awesome. There's great. They send like a SWAT team in after him and like all this other shit. I mean, it's just good old fashioned fun, man. And this is what I think horror needs to get back to. We need to get out of this elevated shit. You know, the Jordan Peele stuff. We need to get out of that and get back to what you know, people harken back to the 80s and 90s and 70s for a reason, man. That's why those are so celebrated, because they don't make them like that anymore. And this is an example of them making it like that, and it's a blast. And I just wish they would go back to that. So the movie's Hatchet. I dropped it somewhere, but you get the idea. Victor Crowley's the killer. And
what the hell is that? A custom slip or something?
No, it's this is a Raven Banner release. You can get this at Raven Banner site. Comes with this. It's not a slip. It's an O card. See, it doesn't have anything on the spine.
Oh.
So yeah. Don't show this to Tony.
Yeah.
Tony ordered a ton of shit from Raven Banner, and the slips don't have anything on the spine.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he was fit to be tied. I think he said the word heck in a sentence. I mean, he was that upset. Yeah. So yeah. But
we're making these for collectors to put them on shelves, and let's put nothing on the spine. There you go.
Nothing on the spine. Display it like this, outward.
Like a Neanderthals.
But yeah, these are a lot of fun. If you haven't seen them,
Tommy's got a Disney movie like that. Tommy, tell him about your Disney movie with no spine, with the spine, the blank spine on that digibook.
Oh yeah, like when Disney was putting out the signature series. Signature collection was called. Every time they put out a new one, Target put out these digibooks, and I was collecting all the digibooks for the signature collection. And for some reason, like the first one, which was I think Snow White, I think was the first one. They put nothing on the spine of the digibook. It's just white. It's just plain. Every one after that all have the title on the spine, but for some reason the first one didn't. It's annoying. What was it? It was the movie Catwoman with Halle Berry.
Halle Berry.
There's a release of that movie that has no title on the spine. And I am finding one that did. So I just replaced it or whatever. But yeah, I don't know why they do that sometimes. It's just really weird. But
yeah, it's strange. They, like I said, they don't call it a slipcover. They call it an O card or something.
O card.
Yeah, so it doesn't have it. I don't know, but they're Canadian. You know, they like to do weird stuff up there, but I still like their stuff. It's affordable, and you know, they make nice stuff, nice releases. I wish they'd label them, but can't have everything, I guess.
I have a few Raven Banner things. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, cool releases, but like I said, that non leaving that spine blank bothers a lot of people.
Yeah.
But yeah, Hatchet 1, man. I would love to see that. The artwork, everything. It would be great.
I love the Hatchet movies, man. And I think even though a lot of it can be pretty cheesy, there's something about Victor Crowley that every time he pops out, like out of nowhere, it just creeps me the hell out. I don't know what it is. Like
he's just a monster.
Quiet,
man. That's awesome.
And he comes out just like, just put yourself in that spot and you see that motherfucker jump out. Like I would shit my pants right there.
Tommy, you just sounded like that one part from Home Alone where you hear the girl go, line up in front of the van. You're
the way he runs and he shakes his head back and forth as he runs. Like I don't know, he runs like a little kid, and it makes it just it's if that thing was running at you, you'd lose your mind. You'd shit on yourself. You'd be slipping and shit trying to run.
All right, guys, we're gonna go with my number 3 here. This is a very underrated movie. I seen it back when it came out, 2004 or 5, I think it was, somewhere around there. I think in the theater when I seen it, it was me, my brother, and nobody else. Me and my son and nobody else. And maybe nobody talks about this movie, and it's a very underrated. It's a French film. It's called High Tension.
Yeah.
And if you guys have not seen this, man, and you're a fan of horror movies, you owe yourself to watch this at least once to get the unrated version. For whatever reason, they released this on back in 2010, and they re-released it in 2020, and exact same unrated cut, same artwork, same everything. They just re-released the same fucking disc, best I can tell. There is a release overseas. It goes by a different name. It's called Switchblade Romance, which is kind of a cool title name, but this here, the killer in this, whatever, he looks just like Michael Silas. He's just an old, overweight fucking. He doesn't look like your typical, serial killer.
He's a 60-year-old Frenchman.
Yeah, there's a fucking fantastic twist at the end. A lot of people don't see the twist coming. First time I seen it, I didn't. But this movie is I'm gonna say it's underrated. I know that's used a lot, but this movie is very underrated. You need to watch it at least once. I feel like that most people would be a fan of this that loves the horror genre. This is a fucking great one. It's gory as hell. She does a great job here, and I don't know any of these fuckers' names. Like I said, this is a foreign film, but definitely check it out. Is that her name?
I mean, I don't know.
Hey, there you go. Go with that. But
great pick.
Great pick. That's what I got, man. Check that movie out, though, man. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Never heard of it.
What?
Yeah, you can get it cheap, man. You can get
One
it
more time. Excuse me.
I was clearing my throat.
Dude, it's $10 on Amazon. Blind buy.
Dude, it's a good one, man.
Maybe a
lot of gore.
Media update. You never know.
There's no slip. The only way to get a slip is to get it from overseas. Dirk got
the
one with the slip.
It doesn't have a slip. How do you watch it then?
You gotta get a region-free player.
Yeah. But the U.S. release never came with a slip. It's
no, they released the same fucking title, the same cover, everything. Years later, makes no sense. The best I can tell, it's the same as that release.
I assume the licensing rights came up and they just licensed it again and just sent it out again. I mean, I assume that's what happened.
They do that sometimes with movies. I don't know. It's like it goes out of print and then they remanufacture it. I don't know.
Yeah. That movie's too good for Scream Factory. And that needs to be like somewhere better. Like I still think it's a Lionsgate product. If that I've said it 50 times tonight, but that one particularly, if it got a Lionsgate Steelbook with slip and you had two different, the killer and then Cecile behind it or, something like that.
It would be everybody would buy it because they're all collectors and they would realize, man, this movie's great. I think it would get a resurgence, whatever, it'd be a cult classic. Because I mean, nobody ever talks about that movie anymore. Like, they really never did. You know,
only fucking big fat pale perverts. You know.
All right, where did we leave off here, guys? Sorry,
I ranted about that movie for like an hour on another stream. Like, it was in my top. It was like a number one on one of our top 5 streams a while ago, and I went way too long on about it.
All right, Lesbian remake. Gizmo says, I watch you for at least an hour more before I go to work. I start at 5 a.m. on a Sunday. Movie industry is a glossy industry. I was never scared of Wahlberg until I watched Fear.
Yeah.
Fear is a good one, probably his best role. I don't think I've ever heard of Fear, man. You need to check out Fear, man. It's solid.
Yeah, Fear's a good pick. Yeah.
All right, a dude trips as he is chasing him. He breaks his neck. Brutal.
What movie was that?
I don't know.
Dude trips. I don't know.
Breaks his neck, bro. I have no idea. Help us out here, Chris. Our Hollow Note says Craigie forever. There's a t-shirt. Joey Andrews said 28 weeks later, collector's edition. Yep. Give us a box set with both of them. Scott Merkel, Craigie touches his nipples when he watches Fear. All right. Let Me In would be a really cool one, man. Yep. I agree. Quarantine 2008 collector's edition. Marky Mark and Funky Bunch. A good one, Joey. House of 1,000 Corpses 4K. Hell yeah.
Sooner or later.
187 4K. My favorite Sam Jackson movie is Brutal.
That's 187.
Yeah. Unhinged 2020 collector's edition.
That was a cool movie, man.
It was. It was. That was the first movie that the kind of sort of tried coming back after COVID, didn't it?
Yeah. It was the only movie playing at one time.
It's like a heightened way of describing road rage and stuff, you know, but it was cool. I liked it.
And it's like Russell Crowe started. Well, the guy that ate Russell Crowe started it.
Yeah.
Go back and watch The Gladiator to watch Unhinged as a double feature. All right, Chris, he says Unhinged is very good. I have the Blu-ray of that. You never know who you'll pick up, like Elizabeth Berkley. How about a Cat's Eye collector's edition?
Yeah, that's a cool one.
That's got a young Drew Barrymore, don't it? I think she's always on the cover of it.
Cat's Eye, I think, just got a release. Blue Underground, maybe.
I
don't know.
Hostile collector's edition. The Devil's Advocate 4K. Okay, I'm done. Yeah.
I think you're thinking of Two Evil Eyes.
Yeah, that's it.
No, Cat's Eye got a release. That's a Stephen King anthology movie. It just got a release recently from somebody. I can't remember.
I'll look it up here in a minute.
But yeah, I know Two Evil Eyes came from Blue Underground as well.
This comes out in January from Second Sight. It was pushed a month, as far as I know, on 4K. The Crow Collector's Edition. That's what I'm surprised that somebody ain't got their hands on.
Yeah.
Chronicle 4K. Chronicle is a good time. Definitely Joey Crow is a must. That movie gets me emotional all the time. Twilight Zone, the movie 4K. Yep. Dan Chronicles, another great found footage movie. Queen of the Damned Collector's Edition. Number 3 is Mindhunters. This is a 2004 slasher mystery film. Only has a DVD release that stars Christian Slater, LL Cool J, and Val Kilmer. Basically, a bunch of FBI trainees are trapped on the island. Sounds good. I know Blue Underground released it, but the Prowler 4K.
Yeah, there's no 4K of the Prowler yet.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, it's really good, man. You'd like it for sure.
Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed Collector's Edition. Elvira Mistress of the Dark 4K. When Stranger Calls Remake Collection Edition.
Yeah, I could see them doing that.
Planet Dare Death Proof Double Feature Collector's Edition. Yeah, that'll never happen, but that would be cool.
I love Death Proof.
Yeah, Alien vs. Predator Collector's Edition. Arachnophobia, The Burbs. Burbs will be a good one. Friday Night 2011 4K. I
keep hearing good things about that remake.
Man, that's a good one. And I used to be a fan of it because I love the original so much. But after watching that one, really giving its due justice, man, it's a good movie. WTF Joey. A Ouija Origin of Evil 4K. I mean, they're doing the fucking original.
The first one.
The second one's much better. I'm done for now. All right. All good, my friend. Love it. Firestarter 4K. It's actually
hot tension.
Yeah, in the fucking South, we say high tension. That's what we call it here.
It's a French horror movie, yeah.
A little rusty on the French. Hatches, old couple. Nice pops. Huge thank you to Brad for the recommendation. Damn, it's so good.
Yeah.
All right. Toby Hooper's Night Terrors Collector's Edition. Yes, like 7. You can only appreciate the ending. Still great, though. All right. Burn a slip, Tommy, so it'll play. Quicksilver Highway Collection Edition. Vinegar Syndrome should pick up High Tension, re-release it on 4K with a special slip. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Right. Canada.
Arrow, too,
In Fear, Mark is chasing the guy, trips over a log. Mark goes on top of him, snaps his neck.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was Fear. Yeah.
All right, hello. Good morning from Narnia. What's up going on, Scolder? Cat's Eye, James Woods, great. Cat's Eye is out on 4K. I have it, and it looks great.
Who put that out, Gizmo?
Probably, I think Second Sight did. No, not Second Sight. I think it was.
That was 88 Films, wasn't it?
Studio Canal.
Studio Canal. That's right.
Studio Canal. All right, The Loved Ones, 2009. The Prowler. I have Blue Underground DVD.
Yeah.
Yeah, Studio Canal.
Tatsuya, which is like a Japanese movie about a man turning into a machine, I believe.
Isn't that the character in Ninja Turtles?
That's
I thought so. Now lead.
I challenge.
Tony likes High Tension. Appreciate it, Tony. What's up, Scolder? All right. Everybody's saying, hey, and we are caught up. And just like that, guys, we're on number 2 already.
Record time.
Are we at the point now where we're all going to be the same, or what?
We'll see.
This is we do these streams and like we'll breeze through the first 2 or so. Like, oh man, we're killing it, and then it'll still go 4 hours more. Like it always happens when we start talking shit like it's going fast.
We start talking shit.
Yeah.
All right, so my number 2. This was a movie that one of my roommates picked up as a blind buy in college. My friend Matt, who Tommy met. Matt's in one of our videos from back in March. Really good guy, one of my best friends. Matt picked this up. We all had a roommate movie night in the apartment, and I wasn't really sure what to think of this movie because the cover is very misleading. I didn't know what kind of movie this was going to be. Came out in 2014 or 15 from Universal, and that is The Guest. With Dan Stevens and Maika Monroe. This is the same director that did the one with the masks, the animals. You're Next, right? Isn't that
You're Next?
Yeah, same director. Wasn't sure what to think about this movie by the cover, but when I watched it, it was one of those movies where just from start to finish, I was locked. I was locked into this movie because it has a Halloween theme throughout the movie. It takes place during Halloween time with like the fall atmosphere and the Halloween decorations and everything. And you're wondering the whole time, like Dan Stevens, like he's a soldier in this movie who's coming to visit this family, and he's like, I knew your son, because the family in the movie, their son passed away in wartime, and Dan Stevens served with the guy, but right from the start, he's very mysterious. You're like, well, who is this guy? Like, how did the son know him? What's he doing here? Why is he seeing the family? But at the same time, as he shows up to this family, people start dying around the town. So it almost starts out as like a whodunit mystery, but as the movie goes on, you're very suspicious of Dan Stevens because he's almost like robotic. Like you're just wondering what this guy is. You're like, is he a human or is he a robot? What
Terminator.
I'm just like, you're just wondering, is he a super soldier? You're so confused on what this character is. Yeah. And then as the movie keeps, I'm not going to spoil it when you find out what he is though, but like, there's a really cool revelation of what he is or what they had to do to him to get him like this. towards the end of the movie. You see why he acts like this. But a way to describe this movie, I would say it's a perfect mix of Halloween 3 and The Terminator, because even the soundtrack of this movie has Halloween 3 vibes to it. And since it's a Universal movie and the movie features the masks from Halloween 3 at the Halloween dance that takes place in the climax.
Yeah.
The climax of the movie takes place in a school dance where like a haunted house maze and everything, and like a really cool cat and mouse chase between Dan Stevens and the two kids. Basically, the movie starts out very mysterious, but the third act is a straight up slasher, which is awesome. Like there's like a whole rampage scene in a diner that just makes its way to the school. It's so cool, dude. Awesome movie. Dan Stevens, very underrated actor. If you haven't seen The Guest, this is one you got to check out. It did get a 4K release from Second Sight, which I do have. 4Ks are actually region free. So if you didn't know that, anyone watching the stream, if you get a 4K of The Guest, you can watch it if you have a 4K player. But the Blu-ray special features, you can't watch that because it's a region B locked. But I think the artwork for this movie, there's so much you can do with it. I have a shirt from Cavity Colors that I wore at Tommy's house the one summer of The Guest. Pops, if you want to pull up an image, if you type in Cavity Colors The Guest, and you'll see like the various shirt designs. If you want to show that on the screen real quick of what the artwork could look like on this.
You have it so fucking cool.
Pressure.
Fuck, hold on a minute.
5, 4, 3,
the guess
2,
what?
1.
Cavity Colors.
Cavity Colors. See if you can pull an image up.
This would be the Scream Factory cover art.
So it's done by Devin Whitehead, who does a lot of Scream Factory's arts. But you'll see he's kind of holding like a grenade in the picture. He's got a knife.
All right, hold on. You fucking with the novice here, so hold on a second.
Yeah.
All right, share screen. Chrome tab, window, share.
That'd be cool. It's the one next to it, though. You see the Halloween 3.
Yep.
The masks. Right there. Yep.
That.
Yeah, get a load of that image. It's just so cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
So badass.
Yep, he's got the switchblades, he's got the grenade, he's got the guns in his back. You get the Halloween 3 masks, the witch, the pumpkin, the skull, and then you got the two kids running out of the Halloween maze. Like I said, it's a straight up slasher cat and mouse game towards the end. That's why I said it's like an equal mix of the Terminator and Halloween 3.
It looks like a Vinegar Syndrome slip.
Yeah. But the cover of the standard Blu-ray, I mean, it just doesn't. You don't think it's that kind of movie, so the cover's very misleading. So don't judge it based on the cover. Like, you need to watch this movie. I'm telling you. And Brad, the fact that you're saying that there's other titles that have the Second Sight transfer from Scream Factory, like, I think The Guest is a perfect candidate for collector's edition.
But it's either Second Sight or Studio Canal. I'm not 1,000% on that.
Gotcha.
I have one right here.
Either way, like, I feel like it's got a good chance of getting a collector's edition, but at the same time, these newer Universal titles that Scream Factory is putting out, they don't have the slips. So you got Happy Death Day 1 and 2, and now Ouija and what's that other one coming out with Vince Vaughn?
Freaky.
Freaky, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to be non-slip 4Ks. I feel like that might happen with The Guest, but you know what? If they, whether they put it out as a collector's edition or like a standard 4K without a slip, I would still get it, because that movie, it's become like a favorite of mine for like a yearly Halloween watch. So I really recommend The Guest if you haven't seen it. It is such an awesome movie. I can't say much more about it.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. I've only seen it on streaming. I don't own it. But first time I seen it, man, it kind of blew me away. I went in and just said, I'll check this out.
Yeah, I was locked into the screen. I just couldn't. Like, I had a big smile on my face after me. I just couldn't believe how good it was. There's not many times you watch a movie for like a blind buy, and it was perfect. It was just a great movie.
Yeah.
That's
Halloween. It says Studio Canal.
Gotcha.
Not Second Sight.
Yeah, but this is one that I was bragging to Tommy. I'm like, Tommy, you have to watch this movie. It was right around the time we were talking about Fear too. I was like, Tommy, this is a movie you have to see. I'm telling you, you are going to love it. And Tommy, tell him what you thought.
Well, I made the mistake, like that you just mentioned. I made the mistake of judging the book by its cover, like because I had heard of the movie before you ever told me about it, and I always remember seeing it in stores, just that cover, because that cover just doesn't really tell you what it is. Like, to me, it just looked like some kind of a, like, I don't even know. Like, it could be a comedy, could be a drama. Like, I have no idea, and I had no interest in it. And then when Craig told me to, how good it was, and told me to watch it. Not only was it a kick-ass movie, but it was like so different from what I thought it was going to be. Like, I mean, he told me a little bit about it, but like once I put it in and finished it, I was just like, wow, like that is nothing that I expected. And it's just a flat out cool fucking movie. And like Craig said, like a perfect annual watch to watch every Halloween, because it's just that Halloween 3 reference and just the Halloween atmosphere. It's just such a cool movie. And now, you go from like just like loving this dude and thinking he's just such a cool guy to like confused, don't know what the fuck he is or who he is or what his deal is, to like then you just do like a 180 at the end, and it's a great movie.
Yeah, and like I said, guys, I have the second sight edition. I got it from Orbit DVD. I know some of us have shopped from there before. Pops, you're a fan of Orbit DVD. But yeah, they should have it in stock, or if not, Amazon will have it, or Second Sight's website. So in case it doesn't get a collector's edition from Scream Factory, you should pick up that Second Sight release before it goes out of print. Tommy, you saw the box set at my house. I mean, you were looking at the thing. You're like, man, I should get this.
I'm gonna get it. I'm definitely gonna get it.
Yeah, I need to grab it too.
I'm
I have no reason that movie right now.
I've just been holding off for some dumb reason, but I will definitely own that very, very soon.
I love, Craig, how you said, "Hey, Alan, you're a fan of Orbit DVD, right?" Alan, you're a fan of the drug dealer, right? Like, I mean, that's like asking a crackhead if he likes the drug dealer. Yes, I like them all.
That's the only thing I ever ordered from them, though, and they were really fast. It was like 2-day shipping. It was almost like Amazon Prime.
So really good when it comes to imports.
So yeah, The Guest. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Unbelievable.
That's a good one, man. All right, find me up, buddy.
Okay, so my number 2, this would be just the first one. I like this entire franchise. I think it's a fun franchise to marathon, mainly for the kills. I mean, like, I think Final Destination is like that. Like, when you get to some of the later sequels, you're not really in there for much of a plot. You're just in there for the best kills.
Yeah.
But either way, a lot of people talk shit about this entire franchise, but I think the whole thing is fun. But it's one of those ones where the first one to me is so much better than all the rest. And I've always wanted to see a collector edition of this, and that's the first Wrong Turn film.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the franchise
it's just like what they would do too.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many cool things. I mean, like, there's so many different things I picture for the artwork on this. Obviously, you got to have the 3 killers, Three Finger and
Archer,
and like Sawtooth or whatever the hell their names are. Yeah. But, this first movie is really good. I love the cast. Elijah Dushku. You get homeboy from Ghost Ship, whatever the hell that dude's name is.
Yeah.
And you get that dude from Clueless in it. But it's a really cool movie. I always enjoy watching this movie. And like I said, the sequels are fun. I don't hate them. I think the last one is horrible. I hate the 6th one. But I don't mind the franchise. It's fun. They definitely get worse, like I said, as they go along. But I still enjoy watching the whole thing. I even thought the remake was kind of cool. Yeah, but this original first Wrong Turn movie, to me, is just so much like higher, like up the chain from the sequels. But yeah, I would love to see a collector edition of the original Wrong Turn. It's such a cool fucking like this backwoods hillbilly slasher movie, kind of like Hills Have Eyes in a way.
Yeah, it's woods, hills have eyes instead of the desert.
Yeah, exactly. So
came out around the same time too.
They did, yeah, they did. I can't remember. I think you're right. I think it was from the early
2000s.
Yeah, but yeah, you guys definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I would love to see a collector edition of that. And
the artwork would be insane too.
It would, man. Like I could just put so many things. But
yeah, I agree. They could do a good job with that. I mean, there's so many things they could go. And there's actually a set of part 1 that somebody's putting out. I got the fucker pre-ordered. I was trying to look it up so I could tell you who put it out. I want to say 88 Films is maybe putting it out, or maybe Umbrella. But there's a
Umbrella. It's Umbrella.
Is it Umbrella?
Yeah,
it's just part 1. It's a really nice deluxe set just for part 1.
Blu-ray part 1.
Yeah.
Damn. And Umbrella is region free, aren't they?
Yes. The ones I have are.
I believe so. Yeah.
They play on my main player that's not region free.
Okay.
So,
yeah, look into it. It's cool. It's a cool box art too.
Yeah, I'll have to do that, man.
I'll try to find it here in a minute so I can show it here in a minute.
Okay.
All right. That's a great release, Tommy. Great pick.
Hell yeah.
Well, we've had this same shitty Blu-ray for, I don't know, 15 years. I'm really tired of it. I've bitched about it many times. Yeah, I know it's the UK. They're not real good with these type of things for some reason and all that stuff, and they had to do things. But I would love to see it cleaned up 4K or cleaned up blue, at least from Screen Factory. The artwork would be nuts, and it's 28 days later. Man, this is, if it ain't my all-time favorite zombie movie, I don't know what is. I love this story. I love these characters. In a zombie movie, you're really supposed to care about the characters. I think a lot of people are losing touch with that. In no other franchise or no other type of horror film is it more important that you care about the characters. And you really care about these characters. You really like what's happening. That they're trying to get things together. They're trying to just make it, and then they start to have fun. But this, I believe, was the first rage zombie. Yes, I know technically these aren't zombies; they're infected. But okay, Professor. They're eating people. That's a zombie. But I love the rage zombie. I love how fast they are. I don't know why they would be slow. I don't get that. If they're reanimated, they should still be able to move. But anyway, whatever. I love the opening of this. I've talked about it before. The opening with the militant arm of PETA trying to free these chimpanzees and getting their ass ripped apart by the fucking chimp and immediately turning on it and trying to kill the chimp. And just that, in tears laughing every time I see it. I cannot tell you enough how much I love that. And I hope to hell if they ever do something like Scream Factory did this, they would incorporate that into the artwork, the chimp, the rage, of course, the state, the whatever you want to call it, the castle that they end up going to later, with the zombie that they kept chained up, I don't know, in the picture. I mean, the artwork, the priest, the infected priest would be great for this. But very few people haven't seen this, I wouldn't think. This was a very popular 2002 Danny Boyle movie. But I think this inspired the Dawn of the Dead remake to go with the Rage Zombie, which I also love, but it's already a Scream Factory collector's edition. Get a 4K too. That artwork looks pretty good on the 4K they're putting out. But this had a sequel too, 28 Weeks Later, which would also be a great candidate. Badass movie, both of these. If you haven't seen them, definitely check these out.
There's a Fox icon slip cover for the first movie that I got.
Yeah, I think there's a steelbook too for it.
Yeah, I've never been a huge zombie fan. Like, I like some of them, obviously like Dawn of the Dead and I like Day of the Dead and shit, but it's just never been my go-to genre.
Yeah.
But there's something about 28 Days Later, like that. It's just it's a good story, and the fucking zombies are just insane in that movie. And haven't they been talking about 28 months later for a long time?
Yeah, a long time. It's been in development or whatever. But the thing about that 28 Days Later, it's like I said, the zombie movies in general. I think it's important for the humans to be so much worse than the zombies.
Yeah. And
when I watch a zombie movie, it's really an apocalypse movie is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
And the zombies are bad. The humans are worse. In the Dawn of the Dead remake, there's almost no human interference. It's all zombies.
Right.
You know, but in 28 Days Later, in a lot of zombie movies, it's the zombies are bad, the humans are much worse. You know, the ones that survived. So that's I've always liked that dynamic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tommy, I was gonna show you this here. This is that's the release of Wrong Turn that Umbrella's putting out.
Yeah,
that is badass. What is that? Is that like a slipcover or a side slip?
Yes, it's a side slip. They call it an O-ring, but there's text on the spine. You know, they're not fucking Neanderthals.
Yeah, it's a slip, the side slip box.
But pretty cool artwork. And you get a 35 millimeter print if you give a shit about that. That's the back of it.
It's out of stock anyway.
That was out. Yeah, damn sure is.
Yeah.
So I have no idea when that's coming. I haven't got any kind of notification or anything, but I got it pre-ordered.
It says November 9th.
There you go.
November 9th, you said?
Yeah.
I'm my fucking max capacity of multitasking right now. So all right, let me see if I can get us back here to where we remove that. What's up, Craig?
What's that?
Got you on the big screen there. All right, I guess I'm up now, right? All right. Yeah. I've been going back and forth, whatever. I was going to change my mind, but I'm going to stick with it because this is supposed to be my top 5 that I would the most I would want to get a Scream Factory release. I feel like I talk about this fucking movie almost in every stream, but it's going to be Joyride.
Oh yeah.
This movie is so fucking far overdue for getting some love. Whatever. What is this chicken shit? It needs more love than this, man. This movie's fucking great. This release here was released by 20th Century Fox. Just a basic blue. It got something called in 2015. This was 2013. In 2015, I don't know what the hell this is, but there's something called Fox Halloween Faceplate on Blu-ray.com.
Yeah, I think it was those J cards, those like Spanish J cards.
Is that what it is? Okay.
It's just the same release. It's that just with a J card on top of it.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I couldn't tell. Yeah. There's also a German media book, which I didn't know had this. I need to get that German media book. But anyway, Scream Factory could do a great job with this. Obviously, we can't get any more interviews with Paul Walker, unfortunately, but Steve's on, and Lily, Gravy on her taters, Zabowski, whatever her name is. I would love to see her get some interviews. I don't know. It's just get Ted Levine on here. Let's do an interview with Ted Levine, get his thoughts on doing the voice of Rusty Nail. Yeah, this screams, no pun intended, a Scream Factory release. It's just a fun fucking movie. It's a rewatchable bitch. I watch it probably at least once a year. But I just want something in the background. I've seen it so many fucking times. It's just great to have on in the background. When you got something else going on. I don't know, man. Every time I watch it, I'm just like stuck to the screen. Love it.
Yeah.
Classic.
It's just a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there looking at my honorable mentions. I got like a stack here, and I'm like, oh fuck, I want to talk about this movie. I want to talk about that movie. So, it's supposed to be my top 5, man. I gotta have Joyride.
Yeah.
So
that they would love doing the art too. They'd go crazy with the art again with that.
Yeah.
It's just strange that they haven't done it. It's right in their wheelhouse, just like Wrong Turn, the Hills Have Eyes remake. That it's odd that they haven't done them.
Yeah, I got the image of the artwork being, their car. You can kind of see their faces looking freaked out. The big ass semi truck behind them.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's so many fucking cool things they could do with that artwork.
Yep.
All right, let's go back and get caught up on the chat here, guys. A lot of back and forth out there.
How many people we got in here right now?
We're sitting at 37 right now. We broke our record last night and got over 40, man. We had 41 in here last night.
Sweet.
We're on number 1. How about that?
Yeah, we're coming up number 1.
I'll
tell you that's where we left off, guys. If I left somebody out, I apologize. We're just going to start off right here.
If you missed a comment, just post it again. Yeah,
there you go. We're all friends here. It's all good. All right. The guest is all over the place. Scooby-Doo and Zombie Island Collector's Edition. Joey wants to know, why does it say cunt on the sign behind you, Pops? Yeah. Need to zoom in a little bit. That's the Clint box set. But if it was a Clint box set, I'd probably buy it too. Either way. And all who says that's the cut box set. There you go.
Yeah,
it's out of print now, man. It's out of print.
Can't. Yeah.
How many of those movies did they make? Weren't there like 15 of them?
It sounds like something Gizmo would put out.
My favorite one was Return of the. That one was the best one. I think that was the third one.
Well, that was the fourth one. I don't talk about the third one.
That's right. That's
right. Even from the U.S. Scolder. All right, that's a good choice. Yeah, the guest. Okay, there we go. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island. This is where we left off. The guest is fucking fantastic, and Makia Monroe is so damn sexy.
Yeah.
All right, calm down, Anthony.
Cabin Fever's Collector's Edition. Mighty Max on 4K. It's never even got a physical release. Cartoon from the 90s, very dark. All right, Anthony, calm down. We're all trying to get Anthony to calm down, man. It's a job. Joey says, Blood Beach, I'll be fine with just a standard Blu-ray. Extra Collector's Edition.
I keep hearing about Extra.
Yeah, I think Vinegar Syndrome did part 3. Which
yeah, my buddy Chuck loves that movie.
All right, Extra, yes. Gus says the guest special features are on the 4K disc as well on the second site release. Good to know. Pull that up, Jamie. What's up, guys? What's going on, Dale?
What's up, Dale?
Hey to Gus. Hey to Dale. Hey to Tony. All right, what about the House on Sorority Road 4K?
Doesn't someone else has that right now?
MVD Rewind. I think the MVD Rewind has it on Blu-ray. One of their
Oh yeah, retros. It's one of their first of the rewinds. It was like the second.
It's like number 4 or 5 in the line. It's close to the first. Yeah.
Yeah. I sold that to Alan, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think you might have. All right, long time no see. Holland Gus and fancy seeing Tony here.
Yeah.
All right. Hey Dale. Totally agree with Craig. The Slumber Party Massacre 4K.
Yeah.
Shocker 4K. Well, Shocker 4K will be good. We got a collector's.
It's already got a collector's.
Basic Blues, they need to put slips on everything. I agree.
Yeah, that should be a
it should be a 11th commandment. Slumber Party Massacre definitely needs a box set. What's going on, Jamie? I got one of us tonight last night. Appreciate you being here. Chris says on YouTube, just type in Mighty Max Skullmaster and just watch the intro first episode and you hear Tim Curry start by saying, dig damn so good.
Tim Curry, hey.
I like Tim Curry. Joe Andrew says, Howling 2, I hate the movie, but I want to have an American Blu-ray Collector's Edition.
I bet you do with the perverted, the lady that keeps pulling her shirt off. Yeah, I know Tommy hates Tim Curry. So that's why I didn't say anything. Tim Curry was mentioned.
I used to like him until an unfortunate incident happened.
I think God hates Tim Curry. That poor bastard. I don't know what the hell's going on with him.
He loves Jess.
If you've never heard the story,
he loves my wife. He just hates me.
Tommy went up to talk to Tim Curry and he told him how important he was and all this, how much. And Tim Curry just looked at him, the glazed look on his face. And Tommy's like feeling bad for him, like, "Oh man, he's so messed up. I feel so bad." And then his wife says, "Like, goodbye, Tim." He goes, "You're very welcome, man," or something like that.
That's exactly what happened. That's it right there. I thought poor guy couldn't talk or something from his stroke that he had, because he just stares at me, and I'm just, it's such a pleasure to meet you, Mr. Curry. I've been wanting to meet you forever. It's such an honor. Thank you. And he just stares at me with this weird look. And I'm like, well, I felt bad. Like, oh God, the guy can't talk. And then my wife was just like, nice to meet you. Bye. And he turns. I mean, not only does he talk, but he turns. He looks at her. He's like, or something. I'm just like, you fucking asshole.
That kind of makes me like Tim Curry a little more because I think he was just fucking with you.
Maybe he was. I don't know. But even after that, I still love the guy. I'm sorry.
He fucking Tiny Tim's out of his chair and kind of kisses your wife's hand.
Yeah. I'd be like, all right, motherfucker.
He looks at you and goes, what's the matter?
What's the matter?
Don't make me beat your ass, Pennywise.
Oh, that was funny.
That's hilarious. All right. Looks like the children film with that cover trick audiences in the film like they did in the 80s with VHS. I've never seen it, Craig. I'll watch it after the streams if it's not too late. I watched The Guest on Netflix. It was very good. I think that's why I watched it. It was Netflix. We need Netflix horror movie collector's editions. Hey, everyone's like, keep it keto. You're in the right place.
Hey, sis.
Mommy's sister.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
We're all keeping it keto tonight, aren't we, boys?
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Night starts Monday. 7 years in a row.
We're starting on Monday.
All right. The Amityville Horror 2005 Collector's Edition.
Oh, yeah, that'd be cool.
What Lies Beneath, man. That's Harrison Ford and what's her name? Michelle Pfeiffer, yeah. Joey Andrews, yes, Captain Caveman. Sculder says on both standard, the Guest and Second Sight 4K editions. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that Second Sight. Imitation 4K. Saggy Tits and Barbarians was great.
All right.
Which one, Chris? Possession 4K. I Love Mutants Wrong Turn is awesome.
Yep.
Saggy Inbred Tits, okay. Last Resort and the most recent one sucks. The Mountain Men one kind of sucks, but I still like it.
You know, why is it that these mentally impaired people are all cannibals? Where does that come from? It's every time they're eating people.
By the way, we just said 40. We got 40 viewers, guys, so we're back to 40 again.
The sixth one was like a fucking horror movie porn.
That's the transition.
Yeah, I know. God, horrible.
Tremors 2 Collector's Edition.
I do like Tremors 2.
Our Keto says, love the first one too. Umbrella has a great release of Wrong Turn. Yep. All right, Joey Andrews, the one that's the cult with the red lanterns.
Oh, that's the reboot.
All right, love the Wrong Turn sequels. 3 through 100 suck beyond belief. 2015. Wrong Turn 6 was in court case for one missing person. Flyer had to be removed.
How was that?
Yeah, I think that's why it's not in the set. Because the set, as you know, is only 1 through 5. Part 6 got pulled from the shelves for that.
Yeah.
Okay. I have part 6 somewhere.
I mean, they released it on individual Blu-ray, and then they eventually pulled it off the shelves. And I think it might have made its way back onto the shelves, whatever. But there was a court case thing going on in that movie.
Yeah.
Bob says, hey, to Pop some bread. That's my youngest son right there. What's going on out there?
Hey, what's going on, Junior?
All right. Anthony says, Wrong Turn is great. I love those crazy inbred hillbillies. No, we all.
Yeah.
I could go 3 miles down the road and say hey to him right now. Joey says, okay, this is a stretch, but a Vampire Hunter 4K. Chris E says, Host Collector's Edition.
There's nothing far-fetched with Scream Factory Collector's Editions. They've done all kinds. I mean, Cobra got a Collector's Edition. And I agree with that. That's a slasher, but there's some odd decisions for Collector's Editions.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff that in Scream Factory that feels more like a Shout Factory, and there's some Factory stuff that should have been a Scream Factory. It's just weird how they make those decisions.
Yeah, it really is. All right, Joe, give me the original Streamline Pictures dub. Is there an all 3 dub version of Akira? All right.
Unfortunately.
All right, 28 Days was great. I have 28 Days on DVD. Sever 2005 zombie film.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy, did you ever meet Eliza Dushku?
Oh, no, but oh my God, would I love to meet. another one of my like younger years, childhood crushes that I had.
All right, Johnny Darko. No infected zombie movie has ever quite done it like 28 Days Later. That movie puts you on edge. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Chris says it would be interesting when 28 days of transfer to 4K. Now how would that work?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. 28 Days Later can't be cleaned up anymore. It was shot on digital video, so an upgrade would not do anything. Godman actually said that this is the best. I've heard that before.
Yeah, I've heard that before too.
That's all we want.
Yeah.
All right, Joe says, can they do an Akira 4K, but get the guy on the internet who made the 4-minute trailer with all the colors brightened up?
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. They did shoot 6 minutes of the film on 35 millimeters, so maybe they could fix that, but it is all moody and gritty. I have to see the trailer, Joey. Linkin Park music in it. The case Ninja Scroll 4K, that's the greatest ever to me. Well, that was cool. I've not seen Joyride in a long time.
Yeah, definitely.
I love Joyride so much. I always have. Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Ben Graham, Black Christmas 2006 is a Scream Factory release for sure.
Weird. Are you parking in a handicap spot? Man, I'm not going to just walk in there. I'm going to gimp it.
Yep. Again, it's Disney. They have to give up their property soon. This would be one of them. All right. Anthony says, my number 2 is Cube. The movie is basically Saw before Saw came out. A few people are stuck in a rotating cube and they must figure out a way to get out. Every time they enter a room, there's a new trap.
Yeah. There's a Nova Media release of that that's really cool. Really
I've heard so much about those Cube movies, and I still to this day have never seen them.
I don't think I've ever seen it either. I've heard Anthony mention it before. I need to check that one out.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Tony's got that Nova Media if you want to check it out.
I think there's 4 of them or something. 3, 4.
I know there's sequels.
All right, Pumpkinhead 4K. Christy says, I have the Grindhouse Blu-ray of Pieces. That is a great movie. I got a release of Pieces back there. I can't remember who put it out.
Beyond is getting a 4K from 88 Films.
Yep.
No, maybe it wasn't 88 Films. Might have been Grindhouse.
Johnny Darko said, dude, tell him to bring pink champagne. That character made me stop doing the stupid shit I used to do when I was younger.
Take off your bra.
Take off your bra. Yeah.
When the fucking eye stroke is chasing them, and after they realize that it's the eye stroke guy, he's just like, I've never felt like more of a pussy than I do right now. So great. Hit the like button. Appreciate it, Chris. Anthony Sore Moore, smash that button, guys. Hey, Tommy, have you ever met? Okay, that's another one. But let's see what you all have. I'm sure I'll love Craig's choice. We're going to give Monica and Craig some alone time here in a minute. Alex says, speaking of Mackay Monroe, it follows to be a cool collector's edition. Christy says, Tim Curry voiced the villain and Mike Max and Ron Perlman voiced Max Guardian as normal. You would never get a cartoon like this ever again.
You're very welcome, ma'am.
I can see not liking Tim Curry, asshole, Conchier, and Home Alone 2.
I loved him in Congo as Mr. Hamoka.
Yeah,
sitting at the fucking table, just shoving that cake in his mouth, and Delroy Lindau's like, Mr. Hamoka, stop eating my sesame seed cake. And you cut back to Tim Curry, his whole fucking cheeks are down.
Yeah. There's another good collector edition.
Congo would be killer.
Yeah.
The great eye.
All right. What happened with Tim Curry? Did he lose his fucking freaking faking further mind?
His body just turned against him, man. I don't know if he's got Lou Gehrig's disease or what it is, but he's all fucked up.
All right. 4K lowdown. What's up, guys? All right. Keep kiddo, laugh out loud. Yeah, 4K. How goes it? Chat's going crazy. Good day off watching the Shady Gents here. Yep. Is Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, 4, and 5 any good? Thought about pre-ordering the 3-film collection Blu-ray. Got the first 2. Never seen 4 and 5, so I can't comment on those. It's been like 20 years since I've seen 3, so I'm probably not the person to ask. You guys seen 3, 4, and 5 recently?
Craig question.
3 is a direct sequel to 2, with Bill Moseley playing the killer of Ricky, but it's the continuity is so bad, and there's not even a Santa Claus killer in this movie. Like, he ditches the Santa costume, and now he's got like a salad bowl on his head with a brain in it. So like,
so it's a Vinegar Syndrome title. You say
it almost these 3 sequels definitely feel like Vinegar Syndrome, but yeah, the third one it's supposed to be the killer from the second movie, and he's going after a blind girl in the movie. You know, it's Bill Moseley, so I mean, you'll get some good stuff.
Good choice of a target, easy victim.
But yeah, it's the movie's just so bad. I don't know what's worse, 2 or 3, but then the fourth one's directed by Brian Usna, and that's like an odd choice for him to do a part 4 when he directed like Reanimator and stuff like that.
Man, Society.
He just comes in and does a part 4 in a franchise, but yeah, that one has Clint Howard and has to do with like a bunch of giant bugs and witches around Christmas time. And then the 5th movie, that's about a toy maker who makes like a psychotic, I don't even remember the 5th one that much, but I remember it's about a toy maker.
So in short, pre-order it.
Yes. Yeah. You need this in your collection. It's got a slip with gorgeous artwork. You need to have it in your collection.
The guy who did the artwork does a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff.
I feel like the 3rd movie could have fit well in Scream Factory's collector's edition line, and then do a double feature of 4 and 5 for Vestron, because the 3rd one is the closest you're going to get to the first 2 movies.
Huh.
All right, Zombie Loggers, 2005 Zombie Loggers. I'm proud of y'all doing keto.
Oh, of course.
Cube Japanese remake. Muhammad said, a slasher movie. I want a boutique label to release in the 1980s, classic Fatal Games. Ali says, yo, Rain Man, what's your 20? Joe Andrews, yes, Muhammad. Jeremy Sisto, I'll probably send his wrong name. Wrong turn is right there.
There it is. Yep.
And Ride the Horror Guys, we're talking about movies here. I ain't no fucking drama here. Y'all message on Instagram. Fuck. The 4K lowdown. Stop eating my sesame cake.
I don't even know what to, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I ain't in the mood for the fucking drama tonight. Gizmo said, Cube is the most interesting budget sci-fi ever made, in my opinion, but the acting is so bad. Cube Zero is the floppy street trash balls that stink. All right, Gizmo. Vibe says, love Joyride, Candy Cane. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I raised him right, man. I raised him right. Delamo said, the 4K lowdown. What's up, David? Muhammad says, yeah, I remember that. LOL, Brad called mid-level media fake as shit. Man, y'all.
Is that what I said? When did I say that?
Like I said, save it for Instagram. This ain't the fucking time. I did this on the movie channel. Y'all need some fucking drama. Go to somebody else's channel. Fuck.
Yeah.
Joey Andrews, Rick Roll, Ben Graham. The crazier the SNDM movies go, the better, in my opinion. I like y'all killing me with these abbreviations. Chris says, it's like Candyman Day of the Dead, that Vestron release. It's okay movie, but not great. Gizmo, it is weird when the 6. Okay. Moving on. Chris says, love the Bride of Frankenstein mask, Tommy. Oh, yeah, man. Them masks behind Tommy's badass back there.
Oh, yeah.
Plastic monster masks are badass. Guys, stop commenting or else we're never going to get caught up. Sorry, Tommy. Nothing but a bunch of keto cups. All right. I just typed on Google the hardest sentence to say and gave Pops the job.
I think you just moved past it. Whatever he posted last time, you didn't even try.
All right. Seen Joyride 2 and 3. I've seen the sequels a long time ago. I haven't rewatched them in a while. I just own the first one.
Sequels. They have some really cool kills.
Thank you, Ben. What's that?
I was gonna say sequels to Joyride. They're not really that good, but they got really cool kills. That's for sure.
Yeah, I need to rewatch them again, man. It's been years. I've seen the sequels. I just go back and watch the first one again. All right. I like the Joyride sequels. Rosie turns into a truck-based slasher.
Pretty much.
3 has a bunch of truck-based kills. All right, guys, we are caught up. So we are moving on to our number 1. Appreciate all the comments, everybody.
Yeah.
And my man Craig is back on the clock.
All right, number one. This was sitting at my number 2 because Alone in the Dark was number 1 for a long time. We finally got that one. Now this one has moved up to number 1 by default. This is a movie that came out in the mid-2000s during the slasher remake craze. I've talked about this movie with Tommy so many times, how much we think the artwork would look so badass in this movie. Currently, there's a Blu-ray of it. It's out of print and it was only released in Canada. And in the US, all we got was a unrated DVD. And then also, if for those of you who remember HD DVD, there was an unrated HD DVD of this movie. But that movie is Black Christmas, the remake. So this is the out of print Canadian release. So to get this movie, you're going to be paying $300 to $400 on eBay for this because it had a very limited print run. I was lucky to find a copy for Tommy in one of the movie groups on Facebook. Guy didn't know what he had, and I bought it and I sold it to Tommy. And so I'm glad Tommy got a copy of this. Now, this movie, I mean, I'll admit, I watched this one before I even saw this 1974 original. So I knew of the 74 original, but it just didn't really have, I wasn't interested in it yet, you know, because from the 70s, all I really cared about was like Jaws and you know, Halloween. I didn't really care about the other things that came before it. But yeah, this movie though, it really gives a backstory on the character of Billy, which you don't see in the first movie. You don't know who Billy is or what he's doing. You don't ever see him. He's always in the dark. But this movie, you see the backstory of him, how he's raised, and you see his escape from the mental asylum. So basically, it's kind of copies off of Halloween. You know, a killer escapes from the mental institution, comes back to his hometown, and his house is now a sorority house. His home house is a sorority house, and he starts picking the sorority sisters off one by one. And not to like give a spoiler, but like while he's escaping, there's also something else happening to these girls in this house. So you're wondering, like, wait a minute, is that the guy who just escaped, or is that somebody different? Because there's different murders taking place at the same time. So it's almost like I said, it's a whodunit slasher. You're wondering, wait a minute, who was that? Who just did that kill? That didn't look like the guy that just escaped. So the movie, you kind of got to pay attention to what they're doing with it. And then there's a nice twist ending at the end to reveal who the killer or killers are. Really cool release would be like I would love to see the artwork of the sorority house and to see the killer or killers on the front with their respective weapons, like the candy cane. You know how he sharpens the candy cane with his mouth, and then there's the horse, or the unicorn statue, which they bring back from the original, you know, as like a throwback or a callback. But yeah, this movie, beautifully shot. I mean, the colors in this movie, it's like a warm, really colorful movie that I think would really benefit with the HDR. The way they shoot this movie, like cinematography wise, like they shoot it at a lot of high and low angles to kind of give you the point of view of the killer, you know, as if the killer is, you know, seeing the girls through his eyes. But yeah, really, really cool, fun movie, directed by Glenn Morgan, who put out the Willard remake, which is also a Scream Factory release. But yeah, this came out in 2006 from Dimension Films. So obviously Paramount bought the Dimension catalog. So this is one I'm just hoping and praying it gets a 4K collector's edition, because it's really deserving of it. I know it gets a lot of hate, and it got a lot of hate after when it initially came out. But over the years, I think it's picked up with a lot of people saying, like, yeah, that really wasn't that bad. And then a lot of people compare it like, well, it's not as good as the original, but it's definitely better than that Blumhouse remake for sure. But this one's just a straight up fun slasher. Like, you have to see this movie. If you love Christmas and you love horror, please give this one a chance. It is my number one, and I really hope. I was hoping we would have got it this year. With usually Scream Factory announcing a new Christmas title every December, but obviously the original Black Christmas got the 4K announcement. I was hoping for either Silent Night, Deadly Night or this remake, but you know what? I feel like eventually it's got to get put out by somebody. It needs a 4K for sure. If you guys haven't seen this, check it out. Black Christmas. Like I said, if you want a Blu-ray copy, you're going to be paying big bucks on eBay for sure.
Yeah,
they got one for $196.89 right now with
Pops, that's you.
Canada. No.
Add to
Look
cart.
for the unrated cut. Look for the unrated cut.
If not, you can get the unrated DVD for cheap. You can find it at like FYE for like $3 or $4. But give this one a watch. I absolutely love this movie. And the thing that sucks about the Blu-ray though, this is the cut version. This is the R-rated version on the Blu-ray. It was the HD DVD that got the unrated cut, and the Blu-ray got the DVD got the unrated cut, but the Blu-ray, it just got the regular R-rated version. So this is cut. So we need an unrated cut on 4K. So
absolutely,
Black Christmas.
Yeah, I think when that came out, when I first watched it, I at the time, I don't think I even knew that that was a remake. I didn't even know that there was an original Black Christmas at the time. So, but yeah, I agree that that's been on Craig. Like it was always that one and Alone in the Dark. Like those were like Craig's like top two, and then when he got Alone in the Dark, now we're just waiting for this one.
Yeah,
maybe next Christmas.
It would actually be a good Vinegar Syndrome title, and they're getting more and more mainstream titles. They love Christmas movies over there. They put a few out every year, so that would actually be a good Vinegar Syndrome title too.
Yeah. Also, like the choice of the girls that they used for the sorority sisters. I mean, what a group of girls that was. You had Michelle Trachtenberg, you had Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Katie Cassidy. You even had one of the house mother of the movie was one of the original girls from 1974. So that was pretty cool seeing that. And just an awesome cast. I mean, the guy that directed Final Destination, I think Final Destination 1 or 2, Glenn Morgan. So Glenn Morgan was a producer on the Final Destinations, him and James Wong, not James Wan, James Wong. So both these guys, they worked together in Final Destination and Willard, and they came together and just did a great remake of Black Christmas. I'm telling you guys, it's really underrated. So if you need to check this out, if you haven't seen it, you will love it. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's aged very well.
Yeah, it's a lot of people, the remake hate is real, It's just a blind hatred, and they don't care what people say about it. They just don't see them. They cling to the old rocks. They cling to their old movies that they love. And for some reason, it's like that challenges the validity of their old movie. Because they remade it. I just don't get it. I don't get that mentality.
Yeah, I don't either, man. Like I said, if you don't like it, watch the original. You still got the original. You don't change anything.
It doesn't do anything to the original.
Yeah.
The remakes are actually good for the original. Brings new attention to the original. Brings new eyes to the original. Might get new releases of the original off of that, off of the strength of it. So helps everybody.
There's been lots of times where I've saw a remake and never saw the original, and because I saw the remake, it made me go back and watch the original.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. So.
All right, Tommy, what you got, buddy?
All right, my number one, and this was so easy for me to pick, and that is the 2020 remake of Black Christmas. No.
Oh, shut the screen down.
No. All right.
They're doing those Blumhouse movies, so they can get a 4K without.
Watch, we end up actually getting
He just fucking put it out in the universe.
I think that'll be my first collector edition I don't buy, Craig.
I'm done. I'm putting these on eBay.
So, all right. So for my number one, we actually already have a collector edition of this, but I want a 4K, and that's Garbage Pail Kids. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. So this is the real one now, I promise. Okay. So yeah, my number one had to be, I figured it would, but I just had to look at some other movies and just officially decide. But yeah, Joyride is my number one for sure.
Nice.
This movie is just, I don't know, man. It's like you said, Pops, it's one of the most rewatchable movies ever. All it takes is for somebody to just talk about Joyride, and I want to go watch it.
Yeah.
Honestly. And it's funny, the other night we were talking about it, and I went and I watched it because it's so good. It just starts out like a normal movie of some brothers on the road, and you just if you've never seen this movie and you don't know what to expect, you don't know what it's going to turn into. It just turns out as like just a road trip with a couple of brothers. And then it just like, they start fucking around with the CD and then they just come across this crazy motherfucker and it just takes a turn from that point. And the cast is amazing. I mean, I'm not too big on the girl here, but Paul Walker and Steve Zahn, I mean, wow. I mean, like, seriously, they do so well together as like brothers.
Yeah.
It's so believable. You know what I mean? Like when you watch them interact and stuff, like especially the part where he's giving them shit about the girl, like, oh, so you're not fucking her, but you want
but you want to.
Yeah. And he just pulls off the highway.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Bullshit small talk. And it's just like, it's so cool to see them go interact. And then when they start having fun on the CB and everything and talking to everybody, and it's so fun. Like, come on, do it. He's like punching them in the
You got out of jail when? Yesterday?
Yeah, I know. Yesterday. But and like you said, Pops, like the cover, like I've always pictured the cover of this as just you see them like the windshield and like you see 3 of them in there like with a super scared look on their face, and then you can see the big giant semi behind them and a silhouette of Rusty Nail and just all crazy, like, oh god, I can just picture some cool shit. But
I love when Rusty Nail gets them pinned up against the tree.
Yeah.
And he's literally just, saying, apologize.
Yeah, I know.
Apologize. We're sorry. And then turns the lights off, slowly peels away, and just leaves them there.
I'm just messing with
just fucking with
you, man. And then you think that's the end of it, and then he comes back and got a whole new plan and makes him walk naked. But
I believe it's PG-13 as well, which is it's really strong for PG-13, especially.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. Is that? Oh well, mine is R.
Maybe it is R for language, but I mean there's I believe. By the way, with 0 body count in it, maybe 1 the ice truck driver.
Yeah, he is the only one, isn't he?
If he even dies, the truck gets ran through, but I'm pretty sure there's a body count of 0 confirmed in the movie, and it's still great.
Interesting.
Well, that one dude gets his fucking jaw ripped off. I guess technically he was still alive. Yeah,
he lived. Yeah.
He's like,
he could be drinking too many milkshakes.
I love it. The cop is like, Paul Walker's like, what happened to him? He's like, it wasn't comely. I don't know what that means.
Sure. That one scene towards the end of the movie, dude, where she's tied up to the chair and the tape is like hooked up to the trigger of the shotgun. If somebody opens the door, she was gonna get blasted. I was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, don't open the door, don't open the door.
Yeah, it's like
he pulls up his face and says, "Look, watch this. This is gonna be hilarious."
yeah. It's like you get a little bit of fucking like Home Alone shit there at the end, like those traps he's setting up. But to me, this is like a perfect example of a Scream Factory title, to get a collector edition. And this is too good of a movie to have this shitty bare bones release. I mean,
yeah, I totally agree.
You only get like a commentary and some deleted scenes, and that's about all you get in here. So
where's the thing, Tommy? Where's the thing that goes over top of it? Like that? That's just the blue case. I don't see.
Yeah, you can't see. When I watch this, I try to stream it because I've tried watching this edition and it doesn't work.
It's got that tracking bar on the bottom that keeps shaking like the old VHSs.
That's why I want a collector edition with a slip so I can actually start watching it.
Yeah, enjoy the release.
So, yeah, easily my number 1, you guys, hands down.
Yeah, great pick, man.
Movie. I could watch that movie 10 times in a row and still be satisfied.
I'm the same way. All right.
Well, my number 1 is an old shitty Blu-ray. It's pretty fucking beat up. Anybody knows me knows that I am a diehard fan of a certain Dutch coke freak pervert named Paul Verhoeven, And this movie would be a perfect Scream Factory Collector's Edition. It is insanely underrated and forgotten about mostly. Hollow Man.
Yeah.
This movie, the artwork would be insane. Him on fire, invisible in the elevator shaft, him drowning the guy in the pool, him standing in front of the gorilla cage. I mean, just anything you can think of. The artwork, they would just go nuts with the red glasses and everything. The effects somehow hold up with this. I watched it recently for another stream. It's basically about Kevin Bacon. He works for the government. He's like this, engineering genius. He invents this serum that you can go invisible. It's obviously a government project. He takes it himself, becomes invisible without the government knowing about it, and just, hell breaks loose from there. It had, it shows like signs of the serum makes you more aggressive and stuff like that. But he was already kind of teetering with, some mental issues anyway. But he's a very like egomaniacal type guy. And, Josh Brolin's dating his ex-girlfriend. And, he slowly unravels and becomes basically a serial killer, and all under the guys, all under the nose of everybody there. And, the way they go after him at the end and everything about it, just the effects, the climax, all the shit he does when he gets out into the world. I mean, this movie, it gets better and better every year for me. I mean, it's big cast, Josh Brolin, Kevin Bacon, Elizabeth Shue. I mean, Paul Verhoeven is one of the best to ever do it. Very underrated. And this is, as far as movies go, this is the most like an actual cinematic experience that you'll get from Paul Verhoeven. It doesn't have propaganda or any kind of satire. It's just a straightforward Invisible Man monster movie. And the Invisible Man is always kind of a prick anyway. And Kevin Bacon is doing it better than anyone. He's the best Invisible Man. I actually like the new one they did. What the hell was it called? Invisible Man, I believe. Just the Invisible Man with Elizabeth. What's her fucking name? The girl that, she looks. I don't know what their fucking name is, but I like that one. But this is the OG in my opinion. Like I said, if they had a black and white release of this, like a re-release with a black and white, it would really hide that kind of some of these guys a little dated, but it still holds up really well. Anyway,
Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah. Elizabeth Moss was an odd choice for the Invisible Man because the guy that's obsessed with her is like Elon Musk. The richest man in the world is obsessed with Elizabeth Moss. I don't really buy that, but anyway, man, this is a great movie. Very forgotten about. I don't know if a lot of people have seen it, but man, killer movie. And if this got a Scream Factory release, I know the artwork would be nuts, and hopefully they can do it. Hopefully somebody wants to see that done, because I would love it.
And if memory serves, you get a shot of Kevin's Bacon when he's going from Invisible Man or human to Invisible Man or whatever.
Kevin Bacon loves showing his dick in movies, apparently. So that's easy to find, I guess.
Now I noticed that Blu-ray. That's the director's cut. It said at the top. Is there anything different?
Yes, it's more violent. It's more bloody. It's more perverted. So it's everything that Paul Verhoeven stands for. It's longer. It's got more gore. All that stuff. A dog does die in this. So if you're sensitive, don't watch this. I know that bothers people, but people also die in it. That's okay. But director's cut. Paul Verhoeven, you always want the director's cut because it's going to have more of everything that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think the best scene of that movie, honestly, the best scene of that movie is when he's walking into the parking garage and he's got his hood up, and then he gets in his car and he just plays that song. He starts rocking out to that song. He's driving through LA, and the kids in the other car see him, and he takes his sunglasses up and he opens his mouth. You just see the blank holes.
Yeah.
That part's awesome.
It's killer, man. I love when he's alone with himself. The things he says to himself. He sees Rana Mitra across the way in another apartment, and he looks at her. He's kind of fantasized about her early on.
Yeah.
And Rana Mitra is just looking dynamite in it. 10 out of 10. And he turns to a mirror and he goes, "Who's gonna know?" And the next thing you know, he's in her apartment, and it's fucking crazy. It's awesome.
Can you imagine being her with that happening. Like, what would be going through your mind? Like, what is happening to me right now?
Who are you gonna call somebody? What are you gonna tell them? You know?
I know exactly.
It's
I bought I found the double feature that was 1 and 2, and I had never seen the first one before, and I finally watched it like a year or two ago, and I loved it, but I never watched the second one. Is that shitty or?
I've never seen the sequel. I don't think
I haven't either. Yeah, there is a sequel for some reason, but yeah, the first one is great. That's a great pick, man.
If anybody's seen the end, there's no way there's a sequel. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's probably one of those things that's like a completely different story or something, like one of those type of deals.
Yeah.
The ending is, I mean, just the final sequence, the whole final, I mean, just the way it goes, it's just crazy and it's awesome. And I don't get why it's not more popular. You know, there's some rough stuff in there. You know, there's definitely sexual assault, and you know, a dog does die. I understand, an invisible dog gets killed. I get it, but it's badass, man. Holds up really well.
Yeah. It's probably been 5, 6, 7, 8, at least 5 years since I've seen it.
It would look great in 4K if they could clean up the CGI just a little bit. So just a tiny bit dated on the CGI, but I still think it holds up well.
You know, that's something I don't like about 4K sometimes, is that sometimes shit looks so good on 4K, it picks up the flaws. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine, like, I know they did this recently, but like, you imagine like the Jurassic Park 1 4K, you know, they do move in herds scene where it was all done on like a Windows, 95, and that looked, I'm sure in 4K that looks like hell.
I haven't watched them yet on 4K, but I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
Awesome pick.
Yeah, good pick, man. Well, I was going to change this, but again, these are my true top 5. This has already been talked about, but I do get a chance to show off the school media book, and that's the Hitcher.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I love that.
Man, this thing here is fantastic. We'll start off and just kind of show you this again. I've showed this before. It's got the soft kind of squishy cover. It's hard to explain. But there's the inside. You got the book that's all in German, so that does me no good. You got some cool shots, for the movie in here. Nice little book. And for whatever reason on the back, it's really strange. They have 2 random DVDs included in here. I have no idea. I was like, what the fuck is this? It was you got Inferno, Thunderbolt on DVD, and then you got another movie called. I can grab it here. It's called The Catcher, and you got a guy in a fucking baseball catcher's outfit like he's a serial killer or something. It's called
The Catcher. Dude, that's my number 1 pick for a collector edition. That movie right there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little strange. The Germans, they do it different, but and there's a nice shot of the original poster on the back there. But man, this fucking movie, what can I say? I mean, Tommy's already fucking said about everything that could be said about it. Rutger Hauer's fantastic in this. As soon as he gets picked up, he goes from, a guy that just needs gas to this crazy person. The transition into to see Thomas Howell, realizing he's in trouble, is just fantastic. He's like, you said you needed gas. Right? He said, you said you needed gas, but I don't need gas. And he's just like,
you can see the fear in his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And they just do such a great job, because I feel like in that scenario, C. Thomas Howell is kind of like how we would react in something like that. When the guy's kind of got us by the short girlies, you know that you're in fucking trouble. It's just, I don't know. It's very, it's scary as fuck because it's realistic. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's not some crazy fucker that can't die running through the woods. Somebody could actually make this dumbass mistake, be in this scenario with fucking knife right by your eyeball. I mean, it's just,
it can happen to any one of us.
Right. Yeah. It's a powerful fucking movie, man. It really is. And back in the day, there was so much bullshit going back and forth. Rutger Hauer was really his dad. All these different, different scenarios about the movie.
The devil. Weekend Pass.
This is by far my favorite Rutger Hauer movie. I think C. Thomas Howell does a great job in this. I mean, everybody does a great job. It's just a good fucking movie. There at the end, when he says, I don't want to ruin nothing if nobody hadn't seen it, but he's in the back of the cop car, and you think maybe he's finally getting a little lead way. People are going to listen to him. And then what happens? He gets totally fucked all over again. He's still for the guy. Of course, like you said, the French fry finger scene, that's a powerful scene. it's just a good fucking movie, man. It's great. It needs some Scream Factory love. I would love to see what they do with the artwork. Hell, use that artwork. That would be fantastic. I don't care. Something like that. I mean, it's just a great movie.
The line of the movie for me is 3 words: "You useless waste." And just fucking drops the clutch. Very end.
Jennifer Jason Leigh, man, she was great. I wish she was in more movies.
Yeah.
When they're sitting in the diner, and C. Thomas Howell's got the gun under the table, whatever, and he knows he's already taking all the bullets out of the gun, and C. Thomas or Rutger Hauer hits the bottom of the table and makes him jerk it. He just empties the gun and it just all clicks. Yeah, I don't know. It's just you just feel for this fucking poor guy, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's my number one, man. It needs some love.
I just have to say something really quick. I don't know why he's awake, but my 3-year-old is watching this live stream on the big TV. So everybody say hi really quick to Dodger. Hi, Dodger.
Hey, Dodger. What's up, buddy?
Ray?
He's tired.
Great picks from everybody, man.
So I got one left. Honorable mention.
Yes.
Well, we'll read the chat real fast, then we'll do the honorables. Is that all right?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hold on. Let me find out where we are here. We still got 35 people watching, guys.
And thanks for sticking around, everybody. This is great.
Oh yeah.
Anybody not subscribed to Tommy Starr? Now's the time. Gonna get some good. Go back through some of those Craig and Tommy videos.
After our last stream, guys, or last time we were talking, we were streaming. We were just talking. I don't think we ever went live, but y'all were talking about the Long Johns. I was watching one of y'all's first spoof covers. It's the one, Craig, where you're just manhandling the Long John and you stuffed it all in your mouth. That was funny. It was the Coneheads. The Coneheads episode.
Coneheads, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch some funny shit and to my channel, thanks, Brad, by the way. Go to my playlist, spoof covers, and it's just some funny shit. Man, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I watched a few that I had never seen before. I've seen a lot of them, but I had never seen the Coneheads. That was funny.
My dad's the only other guy I ever known to take a Long John like that.
I think we should play we should play the bathroom scene right here for everybody. Special treat.
I brought you a tub of icing to go with the pastry that's already covered in icing. You put the icing on the icing. Craig's like, you need this. You need this. Tommy's like, I definitely don't fucking need this. No one needs this.
It is the best icing I've ever had. Like, that's from Fritz's Bakery, and that's the icing, that tub of icing that comes with the sticky buns.
He even gave you a
Pops,
tub.
Pops and Brad, if you ever make your way up here, if you guys ever make your way up here for a convention or something, you're stopping by my house, and we are taking a day off of a diet and gorging in some Long Johns and some sticky buns with that icing.
Is that keto or is it?
Yeah. They're keto buns.
We'll just go off keto that weekend and start Monday.
Yeah, start Monday.
Good plan.
The rest of our lives.
I'll be in town in March for the next convention, the Monster Mania, and I'll be there to pick up my Spas 12 from your house. So, you'll come and you'll like look at the gun case and there's just nothing there but a stack of $100 bills.
Man, I got to see that thing in person, man.
Tommy, you held the thing.
Yep. Badass, man. I would love to shoot that fucker.
It's a great wall. It's a great wall hanger. Look great in my house.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I brought that tub of cream home, and I'm like, what should I do with this? I had a box of Twinkies. So I put it on a Twinkie. I'm like, God damn, man, this is good.
Called Hostess. Talk to their marketing department.
I got a great idea.
Pops, you got to come up for this convention. Now that Brad's coming and Tommy's coming up, dude, you got to come to this convention.
He's already been to Philly. He could run the steps again. He could cry in Adrian's grave again.
Yeah, man, I would love to, man. When is it? Next March?
It's in March.
This March.
March. Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, that'd be so fun. All of us getting together.
Yeah,
that would be the shit.
Go to Scareprow's Halloween.
Hell yeah, man.
The comic shop that you guys go to?
Wade's, yeah.
Yep.
Scareprow's is the spot now. I didn't know that was there. I mean, it was there before, like as like a regular Halloween costume store, but then now it's all about figures, and they have all kinds of figures and stuff.
Next time I come there, man, cool. I'm bringing a lot of money with me to spend on that.
The last one where Craig went to Minnesota, Tommy's waiting at the airport for him, and Tommy just sees an enormous guy and just goes, "There he is."
That was so funny.
Oh wait, that's not Craig.
I didn't know he did that.
I'm like, oh, there he is. It was like this really short, like super fat dude. And he had like an Amish hat on or something.
Yeah.
He was wearing he had his shirt tucked in and he had his pants like all the way up to his boobs.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey.
All right, we'll get through the chat real fast, guys. We'll do our honorable mention real quick. Our 3 has a bunch of truck based. I already read that one. All right. Chris says, I'm ashamed to never watch Black Christmas. Yeah, watch 2006 movie first. The OG is better, but if I'm choosing one to watch, it's tonight it's 2006.
I think they're both really good. I still think the remake's better.
Remake's a little bit more fast paced.
But they're very different. They're very different. The first one, I mean, John Carpenter ripped off the first one. That should tell you how good it is. But they're very, very different.
Craig and I talk about this all the time. It's so funny how we got Bob Clark put out one of the greatest Christmas horror movies and one of the greatest Christmas family movies ever.
Yeah.
It's weird to get 2 different classics like that.
Mm-hmm. All right. I did the same thing. Keep It Keto says, good night, all. Good night. Appreciate you hanging out. Also, I've only seen the original Black Christmas. I guess I need the origin story.
Yeah.
The original, you don't ever find out who the killer is, really.
Or see him.
The flesh gingerbread man cookies.
Yeah.
All right, Black Christmas 2006, great choice. I would totally buy it. Mr. Starr, are you in the Twilight Zone?
No, Minnesota, same thing.
All right. The remake Sorority Row 4K, great modern slasher for its time. Night of the Demons 4K. Sorority Row remake, Carrie Fisher. All right, towards Christmas, it will probably get a release like the original, maybe the anniversary, maybe. All right, how does Ouija get a 4K before Black Christmas?
Don't get me fucking started. I'm telling you, I've said it 50 times. Somebody bought Scream Factory or Shout Factory or whatever it is. Somebody bought them and just decided to immediately start cutting corners, just like you would do if you bought a business. Elon Musk just bought Twitter. He started firing people immediately. That's what you do. And I think he's to blame. Whoever it is to blame for all this. I mean, think about Zavi buying Arrow. Arrow is putting out some good, okay titles, but this year are Arrow's titles as good as they were 2 and 3 years ago, and even last year?
No.
Zavi, this is the first year Zavi has owned Arrow, and the titles have suffered because of it.
I don't even look forward to their announcements anymore. It's like,
dude, last year and the year before, Arrow was fucking on fire. They couldn't miss. Yep. And now it's like, what the fuck? They just announced titles. What the hell are those
January titles? I have no idea.
Never even heard of them.
No idea.
Yeah. How do you go from a Trimmers 4K box set that's fucking killer to this shit?
Yeah.
Hey, at least they're saving me some money, so I don't have to worry about getting them.
Yeah, right. At least with Vinegar Syndrome, most of it's shit I've never heard of either, but at least they got cool covers.
Yeah. And Vinegar Syndrome's going the exact opposite. They're getting better and better titles.
Yep.
I like where they're going.
Yeah, Joe says Carrie Fisher, the badass house mother near the end of the remake of Sorority Row. Yes, she is. See, when I watched it, I didn't even know that was her. Took me a bit too, Joey. I'm like, oh shit, it's her. Joe Andrews, Night of the Creeps 4K, thrill me.
That's all coming. Night of the Creeps 4K.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's coming. Anything
Wild
you
Wrangler
think
says, Pops, you seen Ginger Dead Man stars Gary Busey. I know the movie you're talking about. I've seen clips from it. Love Gary Busey. Have not seen that. I'm sure it's hot garbage, but Gary Busey, that's got to be good. It's got to be at least funny, enjoyable.
Jake Busey was the new Hitcher in the part 2. Did you guys ever see part 2? Hitcher 2?
I have. Now the remake is the one with Sean Bean, right? That's the remake, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And they brought C. Thomas Howell back for Hitcher 2.
Yeah.
So bad.
I don't know if I've ever seen Hitcher 2. I don't remember that much about it. You saying that Jake Busey was? I remember seeing Jake Busey do that, but I don't remember nothing about it.
He's like the new Hitcher, but I mean, it's a sequel to the original, but it is so bad. And the things, I won't say anything about it, but like the shit that they do in the movie just destroys like the original movie. Yeah.
Maybe I don't need to watch it then.
No,
definitely not.
All right. Scott Burkle says I watch Alone in the Dark whenever I need a nap.
I like Alone in the Dark.
Chris, Demon City, Shinjuku 4K. You know what I'm talking about, Joey. Bullwinkle Moose Night Creeps. All right, a non-horror collector's edition of Mega Force. The Bloomhouse one wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was.
Bye Bye Man 4K is coming.
Why? Why is that?
Yeah, why? Hell yes, Ben. I love that movie. It's a slow burn horror. Alone in the Dark, Happy Trails. I hear you, Frank. Oh, I meant an LOL after that. All right. I've never seen Demon City, but I've seen Wicked City. Same director, same anime company, Madhouse. Joey. I feel like I stole their phone and I'm reading their text message back and forth to each other.
Yeah.
I've seen Demon City. Does Perfect Blue have a 4K? Perfect Blue.
I don't know Perfect Blue.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I don't think so. I don't know what it is. Remember the cornfield scene in Joyride?
Yeah. That's a cool game.
Semi trucks they go off road, man. Apparently, no problem. Fucking thing weighs a million tons, just right through the cornfield, no problem. Yeah, it probably would work. The ground's flat.
By the way, what we are talking about is old school anime when it was gritty and had a cult following.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think so, Ben. All right, AM Sentiment Gaming. Hey everyone, how's y'all Saturday? Just got back from the theater, watched Dawn of the Dead, 1978 in 3D. Nice, man.
Cool.
Sweet.
Pretty cool. Evening AM. A Legend of the Overfiend. Some people tell me that's a pointed horror anime or something like that. All right, Allie says, Black Sheep, you really ought to get that fixed. Get what fixed? Your tail light. Best thing in the movie.
Yeah.
Bad Taste Collector's Edition. All right, is it Joey in one of the OG ones? It's very disturbing though. Had uncut VHS tapes from that one time. Can't be that disturbing. All right. The VHS tapes had a disclaimer video. All right, Victor Salva does right, man. I feel like I'm having strokes here, trying to keep up with what they're talking about. I forgot about Hollow Man. Yeah, Hollow Man, he goes insane, doesn't it? You fuckers are still alive. What's going on, bro?
Oh, yeah. What's up, Brian?
Yeah, still kicking, man. Nocturno, 88 films at a box set for Hollow Man in part 2. Kevin Bacon is freaking crazier than Claude Rains.
Is Hollow Man technically supposed to be an Invisible Man remake?
I don't think so. I think it's, but
it's kind of their take on the Invisible,
Invisible
Man.
Maybe it's a version of it.
Kevin Bacon bashes the shit out of that dog.
Yeah.
Oh, it says, what do you mean, Brian? It's less than 3 hours. It's been less than 3 hours. Joey Andrews, Elizabeth Moss. There you go.
Yeah.
Brad and I had the same number 1 in Hollow Man, so I'm switching it up.
Cool.
All right. We got a message last night from the military that everyone who has been in service before needs to come back now. Exciting times.
Yeah, cool, man.
All right. Yeah, Invisible Man 2019. Reminds me of Sleeping with the Enemy, more of a thriller as well.
Yeah, but there's some badass shit in it, man. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I mean, I saw Elizabeth Moss, and I mean, most people probably think the same. I'm just going, what the hell is this? And then I watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was inventive and interesting, and the technology aspect of the suit and everything, and I thought it looked great. I mean, there's some eye roll shit in it, but
I hear a lot of good things about Invisible Man, the new one. I own it, but I haven't watched it yet. I gotta watch that movie.
Yeah, it's surprisingly solid, man.
Yeah, it's a good flick, man. I've seen it in theater. That was my last theater experience before COVID did it. Bob says, "Hey Pops, hey Brad, Blues, and everyone else. Hope y'all doing great tonight. What's going on, Bob?"
Hey, Bob.
Yep.
Gizmo, Holly Man is the only Verhoeven movie I don't like, but I do love the rape scene in the film. Only sexy rape scene ever.
Gizmo loves Showgirl, which is a Verhoeven movie. And I'm just going, what the hell? We did a Showgirls watch along, and somehow he missed that. He comes back later and says this is his favorite Verhoeven. Now he doesn't like Hollow Man. That's his least favorite Verhoeven.
Yeah, that's 2 hours and 8 minutes. I'll never get back.
Yeah.
Wild Ranger loves Hollow Man. Chris C, yo Bob. A dog dies. I can't do it. People deaths only.
Yes, exactly.
Cannibal Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Holocaust, yeah. Got the 88 films Hollow Man 1 and 2 set. Never seen Hollow Man 2. Unrated cut of Starship Troopers, category 3.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. The transfer of the Prowler Blu-ray did it a good job. Best I've seen, and yes, seen the flaws. All right. Alter States in 4K. Looks like I got some movies to watch. Good recommendation, guys.
Absolutely.
All right, what do you want? I want you to stop me.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen Dust Devil?
No.
I haven't. Nope. All right. Do the German media books feature the movies in English? Yeah, that's just like the same thing you get over here. It's just the books in German, but
it's a different region,
on that one.
Right?
Yeah, it's a different region, and I think the menu screens are in German. I think, but you can tell what they are.
I mean, luckily for Alan, he can't read anyway, so
right. I just look at the pretty pictures, so it doesn't matter. Pictures. Chris saying, "Hey, the Dodger there." Monica saying hello. And that's what's the hey to Craig again? Hey Craig. Magic says, yeah, the Hitcher is getting a second sight treatment 4K. Can't wait. Yeah, I'm ready for that one too. All right, Anthony's number 1 is Frailty. Bill Paxton, McConaughey, and the late great Powers Booth. Paxton is a demon slaying holy man doing the Lord's work is badass. Film always leaves you guessing, and it has great tension. Yeah, I watched Frailty for the first time like 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm a fan of it.
Yeah,
didn't that get a Kino release or something? Frailty.
I would say
maybe
something like that, or maybe like something like that. It's just a regular no slip Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But it is underrated.
Gotcha.
All right. Jess says, Dodger wave back to y'all. You made his day. How's it going there, Jess? Joe Anderson, I'm surprised nobody said Near Dark. It was on my short list. Anthony's Horror More Frailty is a good one. The late Powers Booth.
Absolutely, yeah.
Have y'all seen VHS 99 movie?
Part 4,
I got the box set. I got the box set up there, I think.
Is that the newest one?
No, that's the record.
Yeah, that's the newest one.
REC.
Yeah. I didn't even know that was out yet.
They just come out with it. So this is part 4.
Yeah. No, this is the 5th one, I think.
Or maybe 5. Yeah, I'm behind.
Yeah, I think this is the 5th one now.
All right, the Tommy plus Craig food vlogs.
Absolutely. That's really what they are. Not even 5 minutes in, they're slamming cups in the fucking airport parking lot.
God, at one of the last trips at the Amish market, we went from eating. First, I tried their chocolate milk, and then I tried a pretzel dog, and then we moved on to a donut, and then we moved on to a whoopie pie, and then we went over to the bakery and got a Long John. And we did all this in like an hour time.
Yeah. Then Tommy was politely asked to leave. Sir, it's like at a bar, you get cut off.
And they cut me and Craig off. Like, you guys, you got to get out now before you can't fit through the door.
We've never sold this much icing.
So stay tuned. Could use a Shout Factory release. Satanic. Oh, that's got what's the bid? John Ritter.
Yeah, that's a great movie.
It is a great movie. I think Don Knotts is in that, ain't he? Ain't Don Knotts like the cable repair guy or some shit? Or am I thinking of something different? No, he's the cable repair guy in that fucking black and white movie with Reese Witherspoon is what I'm thinking of. With goddamn Tobey Maguire and Reese Witherspoon go back into like fucking Mayberry. What's that called?
Oh, yeah.
Pleasantville. That's what I'm thinking of. But
there you go.
Stay tuned. It's got John Ritter, and I don't remember who else is in it.
Yeah, John Ritter, and then it's got Jeffrey Jones.
It's a fun-ass movie, though.
Yeah.
All right, Extreme Prejudice is my favorite Powers Booth movie. That's an awesome movie. It's so damn good. I'm so happy Vestron released that. Yeah, that was a great release. Anthony says, Frailty needs a collector's edition. It's too damn good. Jess says, run the steps twice.
Yeah, fucking Jess, maybe run up the rocky steps 2 times.
All right, Ben says, just do a colon cleanse afterwards. All right, Anthony says, Extreme Prejudice was awesome. I just watched it for the first time when Vestron released it.
I'm going to clean mine.
All right, watch Halloween 2018 Halloween Kills today. Yep, you're done.
I'm sorry, man.
You're done.
I'm sorry.
I just set up a liposuction appointment after a big meal. I just set up. All right. I think my favorite Powers Booth performance was him in Sudden Death as the villain. He's so menacing in that one.
That needs a Kino release.
You name it, man. Sin City, he's awesome in that. He plays the Rourke, or the father of the yellow guy, and I mean Tombstone. You name it, anything that he's in, he's awesome in it.
Yeah, man, he's one of my favorites, man. Go back and watch The Guy in the Tragedy, man. I watched that when I was a kid. It was a TV movie. Him playing Jim Jones. He's good in everything, man. That's the first thing I'd ever seen him in was that. It stuck out. The 83 movie, The Hunger, starring Susan Sarandon, would be another choice for me to get a boutique release. How the fuck does Freaky get a 4K before all the movies mentioned here today? It's
Freaky's a new title. Freaky's a new title for them too.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They probably got it for next to nothing. Probably.
Craig was saying they might have slipped it in with their food. You know, like, hey, if you want these titles, you got to take Freaky too, and get that out.
Yeah, that's possible. I think about that's possible. Yeah, Warner Archive release that I have a 4-movie collection from has that one.
And Freaky is not as bad as you would think. It's certainly not good, but the kills are fucking brutal in Freaky, especially at the beginning where Vince Vaughn is still the killer. Like, yeah, I remember where it got my attention. And
I've been wanting to see that movie. I don't know. It looks kind of cool.
I enjoyed the movie. It's just not going to make my short list of something that needs a Scream Factory Collector Edition or any kind of love whatsoever. I mean, it just came out, whatever.
Or 4K.
So much other shit needs to be taken care of first. I agree with Brad, what you said about Arrow and these other buyouts like Disney buying Fox, same scenario.
Yeah.
All right, Perfect Blue. Get through these real fast, guys. We'll do our honorable. Yeah, Perfect Blue is almost anime. I love the Showgirls watch along. I could walk away anytime I want, come back, and the movie hasn't progressed.
Literally nothing happens.
I don't know shit about social media, so don't know why you can't get any messages. You can't get my messages. I don't know. Swim Fan 4K.
Oh, yeah.
Lionsgate owns Frailty, so I'm hoping for a steelbook with a cool slip. All right, Scott Merkel says, I got diabetes watching Tommy and Craig's videos. All right, Summer School, Mark Harmon. Yep, that's a good one. All right, guys, we're going to go around the table and do our honorable, and we'll wrap this on up.
All right, so Tommy mentioned earlier in the stream that he's like, I know this has got to be on Craig's list. This is a movie... The first time I'm laughing just thinking about it. The first time I watched this movie, I could not stop laughing. I was in tears, and I was only in 5th grade. But me and Tommy reference this movie quite often, whether it's in a video or if we're just talking on the phone or FaceTime or something. And that is Scary Movie. I mean, it is the perfect spoof movie. It's like a perfect parody of Scream, and I know you did last summer. It's even got like a Scream 2 reference with the movie theater. There's so many good parts in this movie. Like if you watch our spoof covers, there's a part where Tommy goes, "Craig," I go, "Oh, my bad," and you hear a pop sound. But you'll have to watch the movie to understand that. But we're talking about how like John Abrams is in this, and Sean Waynes or Sean Waynes. They're pretending that they're the killers in the movie, and they're not even the killers.
Yeah, the big showdown at the end. It's like they're not even the killers. It's like, what are they even talking about?
But the movie just works so well. I mean, there's even a scene where it parodies Blair Witch Project with the big snot bubble coming out, and the killer in this movie is so clumsy. I mean, interesting take on the ghost face mask, but you can see that from all the times from Scream 1 and 2 where Ghostface falls or gets knocked over, like they went with that in this movie like times 100. He's so clumsy in this one. But
he's still, turn around. He's like hiding under the rug and shit.
But definitely a movie. If you're looking for something to like throw on and just laugh so hard, I mean, you got to check this movie out. I mean, I am telling you, as a fifth grader, I was in tears laughing. I've never seen any spoof movie that could beat this. This movie and number 2 would make 2 awesome collector's editions from Scream Factory. This is another one of those titles that was bought out by the Paramount deal from the Lionsgate purchase, or not Lionsgate, the Dimension purchase. So they put out a set recently when the Paramount bought them. It was a set of 1, 2, and 3. 4 and 5 weren't in there because they're different companies. But so I could see Scream Factory either doing a box set or individual collector's editions of 1, 2, and 3. I'm not the biggest fan of 3. I know Tommy loves that one, but 1 and 2, you just can't beat that double feature. But out of the 2 of them, this one's the best one, and I really hope one day we can get a collector's edition of this scary movie.
I got poopy. I met him in Chicago last year, Doofy, and I got a photo op with him in his Doofy costume. And he was just walking around the convention as Doofy. It was so funny. But goddamn, that movie is so fucking hilarious. The second one, obviously, I love that one too. But I wish they would have done at least more of the Exorcist stuff. Like we get it only at the beginning. It's like I wish they would have had more of a parody of Exorcist. I think it would have been really funny.
The Scream 2 parody they do in the theater in the first one, where Brenda is just getting like destroyed by every person in the crowd.
Everybody but Ghostface.
That's a gag from Airplane. Remember an Airplane with like everybody's beating the shit out of who the fuck were they beating up on the plane, and like an old lady shoots them, like
I remember. That's funny. Yeah, I never even thought about that. Yeah, that's true.
All right, man. What you got for an honorable there, Tommy?
Okay, well, I don't have it with me, but I don't even know if we'd ever get this. But it's Warner Brothers, and I would love a collector edition of the original It, the 1990 miniseries. Absolutely. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I've always loved that. Man. And
yeah, me too.
Going back to my childhood, like I watched that when I was really young, and God, did that movie scare the shit out of me. Like, it's one of the few movies I can remember that really scared the shit out of me as a kid. And like the scene with the scene with Stan going into the house with the mummy coming down the steps. Like I remember that part always scared me so bad. But I enjoy the remakes. They're decent. But I don't know what it is about that original. Tim Curry I feel like he was born to play Pennywise, and it would be so neat to get a collector edition of that with a cool fucking cover art. And they've never really done like a mini series made for TV type thing, I don't think, before. Scream Factory, I don't know if we've ever gotten anything from them like that, but that movie is probably in my top 3 favorite horror movies, or if you want to call it a horror movie. But Yeah, that is definitely almost made my top 5, but definitely had to be my honorable mention. But I would love to see something like that, but I'm pretty sure we never will. But
yeah,
we can always hope.
There's an awesome FYE Steelbook out there for it.
Dude, I love those movies so much. I have every fucking release we've ever gotten. I got every fucking Steelbook, every fucking slipcover, every edition, every release of the remakes and the original. Like, I own them all.
Did you order the new documentary out, the Pennywise documentary with Tim Curry?
Yes, I have been. That thing has been in it's been announced for so long that it's been getting a release, and I don't know what took so long to get that fucking thing, but we're finally getting it now. And I noticed it was on Peacock or something. I noticed the other day, and I was about to order it, but I'm like, it's coming out next month on Blu-ray. I'll just wait. But yeah, I've been dying to see that.
Yeah, looks awesome. Check that out for sure.
Hell yeah.
Well, I had a bunch, man. I pulled a shitload. This is a movie I keep coming back to. It's already got really cool releases. But man, I think Stream Factory could do a really cool fucking release of this, and that's what it's about, man. I think they would make an awesome release of this movie, and it's Cabin in the Woods. I think this would be a killer Scream Factory release. The artwork could be done so well with them. We did get this cool Steelbook.
Steelbook.
But the one thing that I hope they would focus on in the cover art with the Steelbook here, front and the back and all that. But everybody's seen the Steelbook, but I really hope they focus on in the cover art the monsters, the actual monsters of the movie. Because everything about it, the way it's done, and they're betting on what monster's going to be picked, what the basement scene where everybody's picking something up or messing with something that's about to conjure a monster. I think that would be they could do a million things with it, but like I said, I'm just focusing on the creatures. Like even something as simple as this with the elevator opening, and when that elevator opens and all hell breaks loose, come on, who didn't lose it? With the merman shit, the whole time he keeps talking about how he wants to see a merman, and it's just never going to happen. It never works. Every year she had the conch in her hands. She's getting ready to blow on it, and they go to the different thing. But everything about it, the cool pictures on the wall, there's these insanely demonic paintings on the wall, and it's like this shit. I don't know, man. I just think they could go to town with this release if old school Scream Factory, they actually do the work and do some real artwork. This would be a killer release, man. This movie is aging better and better. It is kind of a satire on just horror films in general, but it's more like an homage to horror films. And I really like this movie, and I think they could do a great job, and that's why I picked it.
That was one hell of a Steelbook, dude.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that movie for the first time, and talk about a movie taking a turn.
Yeah,
that you do not expect is coming. When shit started happening, I was like, holy shit, what am I watching right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That is, I don't know, man. That movie should be talked about more. It is so cool. It's just a cool ass fucking movie.
For a horror fanatic, man, this is made for us, perfectly, it's fan service. It's all just gigantic fan service. And their relationship back and forth, carrying the movie as the narrators,
it's fantastic.
Is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then when they think that they have won, they've solved the issue, and they're celebrating, Journey's playing, and the girl is just getting her ass kicked on the dock in the background, and they're just taking drinks and having a great time. And I don't know, man. The spirit.
If you've never seen it, after you watch it once, go out there on YouTube. There's all kind of videos out there on all the Easter eggs you missed there's so many Easter eggs in that movie from different other horror movies that are so minute you're not going to catch them the first time you watch it. But there's some video out there. I think it's 100 Easter eggs you missed or something like that. It's a fun watch.
It's so cool. They have like almost every fucking horror character is referenced.
Yeah,
like,
not directly, but a close version of it, so they didn't get sued. There's a Hellraiser character. There's even a fucking unicorn running around, killing people and shit. Of course, there's werewolves and vampires, and
I love it how
strangers.
Yep. I love it how it's the fucking merman that ends up killing that guy.
Yeah. He right before he gets killed by the merman, he goes, "Oh, come on!"
Yeah.
He sees it, and he's like bewildered by it, like, "Oh my god, there it is! I'm so excited!" And then it just keeps coming closer, and then right before it bites him, "Oh, come on!" Yeah,
you got your witch, bitch. Yeah. All right. I'll do my honorable mention real fast. I thought this one here, whatever, is kind of a no-brainer. I can't believe this one ain't already been picked up. It's such a fun movie. I rewatched it earlier for one of our streams that we're doing, our favorite movie series. And the movie just holds up, man. It's creepy as hell. It's claustrophobic as hell. It is just a fucking great movie, and I would love to see some really cool artwork for this from Scream Factory, and that's The Descent.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to pull Nope.
What's that?
Craig thought you were going to pull Nope. You're talking about like claustrophobia shit.
But I mean, this fucking release here, it's got a fucking clipper case. I mean, it's just absolute, just cheap garbage. And this movie deserves more love than this. Whatever, man. It's first off, you got the cave diving. That alone is fucking terrifying. Yeah. The claustrophobic shit, like when the girl kind of sort of gets stuck in the fucking in the little tunnel or whatever. That there is just that alone. That's a horror movie. And then you get these creepy fucking creatures down there that they do such a great job, man, with just when the lady lights the light, whatever, you see the creature behind her. It's just so many great shots. And it's just a very claustrophobic, very scary, very creepy ass movie. I told this story before. We had a German exchange student that used to stay with us. Didn't speak a fucking word of English. The first word of English he spoke to us, whatever, was, "This motherfucker's gone." Hey, Craig! You're sleeping during my review, goddamn it.
Where's the shaving cream?
Come on, Craig. We're on number 18 right now. We're doing our number 18, Craig. What are you doing?
But anyway, German exchange student, he said a fucking word of English. Watching this movie, he looks at me and just goes, "Fuck," and that's the only word he said the whole time he was here. But yeah, he was a cool kid from Germany. Loved horror movies. We seen a ton of them while he was here. And this was one that really stands out, man. It's fun. Needs some love from Scream Factory from anybody, really. This is pathetic for a movie this good.
Oh, that could have some cool fucking artwork.
Oh man, they could go all different kind of ways. But just a fun time. I got some other shit I want to bring up, but that's the one I decided to go with. The whole time I'm still going back and forth over these four here. I know.
If you give him 2, that'll be 10. And before you know it, nobody else is on the stream. It's just Alan by himself, just going on and on about this shit.
For my number 64.
I'll go back and pause that if you want to.
People in the chat, you're gonna get comments on this video like, "Damn, don't you have enough Scream Factory? Goddamn, you want to make more?" Jesus.
All right, well, we'll read the chat, guys. We'll get on out of here. It's getting late. Where do we leave off at? Plus,
good night, Craig.
Craig's on the edge of his fucking seat, man. He can't wait to read these comments. All right. There's the diabetes from watching y'all streams.
Why does the bill of my hat look like that kid in the Sandlot?
It's like a flat.
Every time I look at it, reminds me of that hat he's got in the Sandlot. Hey, man, you got a fireplace? Yeah, why? Throw that hat in there, man.
It looks longer.
It's a super long, like goofy hat that to play baseball.
All right. White Runner said, "Nice, another great stream. I need to rewatch Scary Movie." All right. What's up? What's up? As Ghostface is getting lit. Scary Movie 2. Look, I can toss bones out. Vibe says, I actually haven't seen The Hitcher. Got to change that. Yes, come over. We'll watch it. Got it right here. Chris says, Dewey, that's not how you use the vacuum cleaner. Can't see Dewey without seeing Doofy now.
I'm cleaning my room.
God, he comes walking out, man. He's just got like a 10-inch dong.
I just watched Barbarian. So good, guys. I started watching the beginning of that last night when I was testing out that new that link up that gave us last night.
The new streaming service.
New streaming service.
Yeah.
I was testing it out, and I ended up watching the first 20 minutes of that. It's 3:30 in the morning. What the fuck? I gotta go to bed.
I gotta watch
this
that.
Is what happens every time. Alan's like, "Listen, guys, it's been a long time. We gotta get off the stream. I gotta go to bed." An hour and a half, 2 hours later, I'll get a text from Alan. Hey, man, did you see this shit?
I got so much shit to do, man. I ain't got time to sleep. All right. Chris says, I'm happy that Arrow did a collector's edition of Legend. I love that movie. My favorite dark fantasy movie.
Yeah, I wish there was
back there. I haven't watched that release yet.
I wish we would have got that would have been a 4K.
Yeah.
That's a Tim Curry movie.
Yeah. Another movie that scared the shit out of me as a kid for some reason.
Our couple honorable mentions will be Thinner and Identity. I mean, Thinner is a fun time.
Yeah. Awesome.
Identity, is that one with John Cusack?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a cool movie.
Oh, yeah. They could do a lot with that artwork for Identity as well.
Hell yeah.
All right, Brad. Bob said, Brad, I watched Craig Ziegler's Dragged Across Concrete and Brawl in Cell Block 99. I see why they made your top 5 on Pop Stream.
Absolutely. They're great.
Oh, Brawl is so good.
So good. Yeah. Our cover art of the betting board, laugh out loud. That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. There's already a cool release. I get that, but that's a studio release. I mean, I want boutique treatment. I want boutique interviews. I want boutique artwork.
Yep.
And, Screen Factory may not be the place to do that, but if they use the old artists, I think they'd do a great job with it.
I want an interview with the Merman.
Yeah, the Merman. Yeah.
All right. Need to watch Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, you do.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. The Descent. Hell yes. The horror/comedy genre is really hard to get right. The Cabin in the Woods fucking nails it.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more. All right. Innocent Black Man. How do y'all, one movie that absolutely needs a special edition release is Capricorn 1, absolute classic. All right. Read the comment under your unboxing video. I wrote a new comment there. See if you get it to work now. Have a great night. All right. I will do it. Well, guys, we are caught up in the chat. We've been going for 3.5 hours, just shy of 3 hours, 27 minutes.
Craig has fallen asleep 8 times.
I told Craig earlier, I was like, yeah, I'm like, I kind of want to watch some movies tonight. I probably won't be in the chat much more than an hour or two.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm gonna hop off here and play some PlayStation. I think I'm started playing The Last of Us on PS5, and
I don't tell these jackals that. These jackals in the chat will spoil it for you.
Well, I just got to say, great picks, everybody. This was a really fun live stream. I had a great time, and as usual, Pops, I appreciate you letting me be a part of it, man.
Hey, man, open invitation, man. Anytime you guys want to come on, you guys are always welcome.
Yes, Craig's idea was a great one, and it was even better than the top 5 collector's editions, because this is like just movies that you think would be good collector's editions, but there was a lot to draw from for this one.
Yeah, I got to throw out there, as we get closer to Christmas, we got to do some Christmas shit, man. Like top 5 favorite Christmas horror movies or something.
Yeah.
Well, I would do maybe top 5 Christmas movies. That way, it's not so like we don't have the same, picks so often.
Yeah, good point.
Christmas horror, it might be a little incestuous.
Right.
Yeah, kind of Christmas movie would be cool.
Yeah, just Christmas movie, and there'll be some horror titles in there. So, yeah.
And Tommy, maybe the next one we can do it on your channel, man. Mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The StreamYard stuff. It's not. I can do it. Anybody can do it. So it's.
I was gonna do it tonight, but I was watching movies with my daughter and shit. But yeah, next time, let's plan that.
Or we can do the multi-stream, or we can just do it all over on your show. Whatever way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I was talking to Brad earlier. I said, 2 more ideas that we could do, and obviously I saw one the other day that I think
maybe we keep the ideas till after the stream. maybe we just do the ideas after the stream. That way, people aren't going, "Hey, what happened to that fucking video you were supposed to do?"
All I'm going to say is 2 more top 5s. Put it that way.
There is an infinite list. I got a whiteboard. It's just random scribblings. The top 5. We've got top 5s for everything coming, but there'll be more. Leave it for that. There will be more.
Well, guys, we've been going 3.5 hours. We still got 30 people out there. We hit the 40 number again tonight. I'm hoping soon we can try to hit that 50 mark, man. 50 would be cool, but I'm happy with 40. So we're doing good, man.
30 new subscribers. That's the takeaway from this.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
30 new likes on the spoof covers videos.
Yes.
Check out spoof covers.
People were messaging me on Instagram going, why did you play Creed in the story for this stream tonight? Like, what is that about? Why did you put a Reese cup over Craig's head? Like, did you even watch their shit?
Because he asked me to.
Yeah. Craig requested that, so.
Great. I'll just give you a hint. It's all about slipcovers, Reese's, and keto.
And Ashley Miller.
Ashley Miller.
Ashley Miller. Who's Ashley Miller? Yeah, just go watch it.
Watch it. Yeah, exactly.
Just throwing this out there or whatever, but I got your channel up. We could look at a spoof cover. Just throwing that out there.
Pick a good one. Let's go to the spoof covers and see what.
But I gotta have. I'll make sure I don't get no copyright infringement here for. Oh shit!
Let's see. Home Alone, the one with the stairs. Which one is that? Get upstairs. 1 minute 15 seconds.
There it is.
Where's it at?
One up. Spoof covers Home Alone, episode 11.
People in this house, and you're the only one eating Reese's. You're the only one getting fat. Now, get upstairs. Get upstairs, fatty. 2nd floor? Go. I'll be out of breath by the time I get up there. Don't be silly. Ashley Miller will be by the time you get there. I don't sleep with Ashley Miller. You know about her. She poops the bed. She'll shit all over me. I know it. Fine. We'll send her back to Best Buy. I'll do keto. You're too fat. Get upstairs. Everything about this diet sucks. Well, maybe you should do a new diet. I don't want to do a new diet. I don't want to do any diet. Diets suck. Just get up there. I don't want to see you eat anything for the rest of the night. I don't want to see you eat anything for the rest of my whole life. And I don't want any slip covers either. I hope you feel pretty sad if you woke up tomorrow morning and all your slip covers were gone. Would you like it again? Maybe it'll happen. I hope I never see another slip cover again.
You guys round the corner. You guys round the corner together. It's hilarious.
Go in holding hands.
People don't realize this, that these are all Home Alone themed. Almost all of them.
Almost all of them.
In the church, with the old man sitting down next to Macaulay Culkin.
You do this? Yes.
Are you do this?
Started me, aren't you? Yeah. You can comment on my videos, You don't have to be afraid. There's a lot of stuff going around about me, but none of it's true. Okay? Yeah. Sticking a keto? Yeah.
Swear to
it? No. Yeah. Well, this is the place to go to when you want to cheat. Do you want to cheat? No. I'm a loser. I haven't really stuck to my diet all year, which sucks because I want to lose weight. Sometimes I say I do. Sometimes I even think I do. Get that?
I think so. How you feel about your diet is a complicated thing. Deep down, you're always fat. You can even forget that you're fat. You can eat this, you can eat that, but that's not just because you're fat. You want to know the real reason why I'm fat?
How come?
I ordered a movie from Amazon and it didn't come with a slip.
Why not?
I guess I didn't care enough.
At Best Buy?
No, they always have
They
slips.
always have slips at Best Buy. I said Amazon.
Years back, before you were subscribed to my channel, I had an argument with Amazon.
How old is Amazon?
And they're grown up. They lost their tempers and they said I didn't care to do business with them anymore. They said the same. They haven't sent me slips ever since.
Well, if you miss them, why don't you just place another order?
If I do, I won't get any slips.
No offense, but aren't you a little fat to be afraid?
You can be a little fat for a lot of things. You're fat for Reese's.
That's true. I once had a big bag of Reese's and was afraid if I opened them, I'd eat them. So I kept them sealed. You know what happened? They spoiled. I didn't get to eat one. I just sniffed the bag a few times.
Well, what's your point?
My point is you should order from Amazon.
What if they don't send me slips?
At least you'll know. Then you can quit worrying about it. I don't care how mad I was. I ordered from Amazon, especially when they sent me Terror Train without a slip.
I don't know.
Give it a shot. For Amazon anyway. I'm sure they miss you. And your money.
I signed up for Prime.
I wish I could. Every time I order from them, I got to pay for shipping.
Well, that's not bad.
Not for a guy who's a gym teacher. Gym teachers don't make shit.
Oh?
Yeah. I once had this friend that got nailed because there was a rumor that he threw away all the slip covers.
Better run along to Best Buy where you belong. Remember what I said.
I will.
Nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you. What about you?
Me?
Yeah, you and your slips.
We'll see what happens. Very slippers.
Very slippers.
And what's funny too is that in the playlist, not only are there a bunch of spoof covers, but there's a whole bunch of outtakes from all the us trying to make the video. It's so fun.
I don't want to sleep with Ashley Miller.
Oh yes,
yes,
you
do.
Well, there's
yeah, they're great, man. All of them are great.
Pops, just play the Coneheads one real quick. It's a quick one. It's like a minute.
I was gonna say,
I want to do the one, the Friday the 13th one, the bathroom scene. That's what I was trying to find.
Oh, that's not in the slipcovers video. That's in like a.
Oh no,
that's one of the vlogs.
Oh really? I've always been fat.
So, all your slipcovers from Scream Factory, or
Just
It's
like
gonna die on.
when did you start collecting?
Before I was fat.
Yeah, my slips are from online.
Oh really? Which website?
Look how much thinner Craig was then.
I'm not sure. One of
Before he started hanging out with Tommy all the time.
Yeah. Oh, my dad's the only other guy I ever known that could take a long job like that.
You need that?
No. It's something special. You know that?
This is my favorite part. Ready to go.
Dude, how about the Deuce Bigelow one? That's a short one.
Why is Chris Farley wearing a tie at Subway?
He's all dressed up.
Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah.
Why does he have 2 footlongs?
Shoes up, huh? Respect the 80-year-old unfinished basement concrete floor.
Whoa! What are those?
Scream Factory. I'm a collector.
as much anime. I collect Ghostface figures. I got about 6 of them. Would you like something to eat? Wouldn't mind some cups. Whoa! What is that? Is that a first pressing limited edition Screen Factory Collector's Edition out of print slipcover from Life Force?
I'm not sure. It cuts back to Tommy. This is hilarious.
Oh, so copyrighted. She's a beaut. I said, tried you in a quarter. Well, then you overpaid. Oh, Big Trouble in Little China. You're not going to want to put that in there. It doesn't say collector's edition on it. Oh. They find it disgusting when it doesn't say collector's edition on it. Must eat Reese's.
The Reese's.
You're give me some from the colder tank. Some from the bottom.
This one's good.
The music really kills it. Like you really get it with the music.
It took forever to line that up perfectly.
Watch it, fat ass.
Hey, you looking for someone to watch a Screen Factory with?
I hope this running was all one take.
Boy, it's fat out there. Hell of a lot fatter than your kid.
Little guy walk by.
People in the chat are just going, what the hell is wrong with you guys? Why is that funny? It just is. I don't know what's wrong with you. You don't think it's funny.
Yeah, those are great. Yeah, I got on a roll the other night. I watched like 11 of them in a row. I mean,
yeah, you're not gonna want to put that in there. Doesn't say collector's edition on it. Oh,
Ugh, gross.
all right, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed those. Y'all go check out Tommy's channel, man. You got some great shit over there. We'll watch the rest of those. But,
Hell yeah.
But guys, we'll be back soon with some other top fives that we won't let Craig spoil right now.
he's great at this. Every time there's a top five or something like that, it's like we're trying to put our lists together. We don't tell each other our list. Craig's like, here's 108 titles that have to be mentioned, or I'm telling you, these are it. Like it's supposed to be 5, Craig. I can't do 5. That's too hard. like we're just over here. It's easy for us to go, fuck these movies. I don't even like these. I just these 5. That's all I want.
I just rewatch the same 5 all the time.
Titles. Yeah. Alan's desk is full of titles he wanted to mention right now.
But save them for another stream.
Yep, next time.
I'll come up for something.
Yeah.
Guys, thank y'all for being here. We'll be back soon. Y'all have a good Sunday, rest of your weekend, all that shit. We'll see y'all next time. Guys,
take it easy. Yep.
See you
later.